I don't care if you've been losing Migos all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm the host. The Through the Blues Prodigy coming to you live and direct from the Beast, the Smoky Out fam with all the dankest of dank shit. On my left, your boy Blue.
If I hear one Mariah Carey "All I Want for Christmas" song before December, I'm burning this fucking place down.
It's gonna get burnt then.
On my far right, engineer and all the ones and twos, choke people out on three of the post chronos.
The ultimate form of motivation for any man on this planet, or I guess any straight man on this planet, should be 3 squeezes, y'all. 3 squeezes. Just telling you, that's the pinnacle of motivation. 3 squeezes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch fucking Chainsaw Man.
There you go.
I don't even know that. Don't even need the context. I already understand.
Got to be all about them boobies. We I know we got some statistics. I think Old Ninja's in the win. He may show up, he may not. You know what I mean? His PO office is looking for him. We don't know where he's at.
No, we'll do the stats first, and then I know we have an RIP that we definitely want to talk about today. And we'll get that in a second. Okay, so a listener of the week would be Luxiana. Wow. All right. Somebody different. So
very nice.
Thank you very much. It's the first time I've seen you on here, so thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Oh shit, here comes Old Ninja. Y'all heard the doon. So hey, Old Ninja, thought you were still in sack.
No, I got
daddy
You
sack.
just got back. Daddy sack.
You need my what?
His daddy sack was
Yeah, your
basically
daddy sack.
was basically God. He was daddy sack was God's sack. He might have been Adam. And first in the chat would be there you go, Steve. What's going on, Steve? I was gonna say you weren't listening to the week.
What's up?
But he's first in the chat. So
What's
there you go.
up?
He's still winning.
He got dethroned, man. That's good though.
Could you
Mixing it up.
Could you matter if he was the listener of the week and the first person in the chat? It's like, okay, we got a stalker. No,
We've had people do that.
We have.
I was just fucking around.
We've been around for a hot minute.
And we've had a stalker. Prodigy called them groupies.
Yeah.
I had a stalker. She kept talking about if I say Almighty one more time, she's gonna choke me out.
That's not a stalker. That's an assassin.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah,
but you notice he ain't been to Fanime since though. You know?
Yeah.
He's still hiding.
She was gonna spit in my mouth.
Oh man.
You know what?
All right.
That's one of Prodigy's kinks.
I mean,
Dude,
that is kind of...
It
can be hot.
You're gonna spit in the mouth. Freaking the couple in Texas.
The couple of
Listening concert.
Yeah,
the couple in Texas.
Yeah, we talked briefly about that, but I mean, Blue was definitely. I hope that the Sweetness is going to listen to this podcast, but that couple definitely wanted you as the third. He definitely would have been the guy jack off in the corner while you fucked his wife. I'm just saying,
or in the closet, either way.
Yeah, because he was like, she was extra thirsty, older Texas white lady. She wanted some of Blue. Yeah.
It's a cuckold on the prowl, Blue. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck he said.
I don't even know how it all got started.
Yeah.
I think I know what happened. So like we were chit chatting, and I don't know, for some reason, like I had asked her if she know what a queen of spade is.
She was like, sir. She pulled up her sleeve and there was a fucking big ass tattoo.
God dang.
With a checker, with like like marks of all of her cuckolds that she's had over the year, all the BBCs.
She had tally marks. Dang.
Tally marks, yeah. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Dang.
I need an adult.
You about to be another notch, Blue. God dang.
Yeah, super. That was Ultra Instinct. Junk Blue came out, so.
Before Blue gets in way too much trouble, I'll save him and wrestle it on back. Old Ninja, we didn't get an intro from you, but you usually pour out something, and I know we got some shit to discuss on the RIP list. You want to jump on into it now? We usually do it at the top of the show.
Yeah, I got a couple for you.
All right, what you got?
We'll start with Jerry Lee Lewis. One of the most prolific rock and roll stars from the 50s.
Wait. Isn't he homeboy that married his 13-year-old cousin?
Yeah, we can skip that dude.
Well, I mean, we can't deny that he was. I mean, he's
Alive?
a Grammy
Yes, he was alive.
Award. He was alive, and he's also a 4-time Grammy winner, Lifetime Achievement Award winner,
Okay,
2
Ninja,
Hall of
you
Fame
gotta
awards.
stop, bro. I don't like giving a platform to a pedophile.
Yeah, man. Dude,
He
I
did
saw
marry
Great
his
Balls of
cousin.
I saw Great Balls of Fire when I was a teenager, and I was just like, I know this is wrong. Yeah, you know.
I mean, they
Veto
did
this
make a
guy.
movie about his life.
Hmm?
They did make a movie with Dennis Quaid as Jerry Lee Lewis.
None of that is making that
Is he?
okay.
No, never mind.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I never said it was, but this dude married seven women. So
And one of them was,
Yeah.
at least one was definitely underage
his first cousin,
by a lot.
13-year-old
His first cousin, so he's a pedophile, and he's also a what do they call? What's the other name for that shit?
incest.
Yeah, incest
Maybe.
pedophile. That's Jesus Christ. He's taking
Some-
out all
that's
kinds of
some
boxes.
Targaryen, but he died of pneumonia at the age of 87. Sure, you go.
He got a long life. Wow.
He did,
It's a
and he
long life for a
continued to produce
pedophile.
records.
Hmm.
Next up, we had rapper Takeoff,
Yep.
born Kersnick Kari Ball. He's 1/3 of the rap group Migos. The Migos blew up when the group put out the song Versace, and even blew up even more when they put out Bad and Bougie. He is the cousin of fellow Migos member Offset, and his uncle is Quavo, who's
Wait.
also part of Migos.
Quavo, I think. Quavo's how you pronounce it, or how he pronounces it.
Well, it's spelled Q.
Like Jose Quivo?
Quavo.
Yeah, well, it's spelled Q. Well, Jose Quavo is spelled differently, but he spells it Quavo, which I would pronounce Quavo, but maybe he pronounces it Quavo.
I've always heard it as Quavo.
Sure. Takeoff. He was only 28 years old when he was shot and killed at a bowling alley in Houston. There's a video showing an argument with Quavo and some people before a fight breaks out, and then you hear gunshots. Takeoff and his uncle Quavo, they created a duo called Unconfused, and they released an album on the 7th of October. The video for their current single, Messy, was released this past Monday.
Damn.
There you go.
Oh, Kay just walked up in the house. I haven't seen her forever.
Who's
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
she brought me some Advil because I'm still
Viking.
broken.
There you go.
Oh, so hey, so am I, but I'm broken internally.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I mean, me too. Yeah, aren't we all?
I'm broken my wallet.
Hence this
Oh,
podcast. right?
Before you move on, old Ninja, this one was a big fucking deal, kind of. I mean, like, this is another rap star, and this is truly a rap star. Like, Migos were huge. They sold a bunch of records and still were doing it. And what was it, like less than a month ago? We had the other guy in LA at the Roscoe's.
Oh, yeah.
PNB,
Yeah,
Rock,
man.
PNB Rock.
So,
So I mean, you just literally just kind of defused part of it. You said like another rapper shot. So it's not uncommon that rappers get shot.
yeah,
Just
Yeah, but I mean, I think.
it
but-
isn't. But this guy was huge, though, too. Go ahead.
Well, let's just break down so when I heard that it happened, I was just like, damn, that's fucked up. And apparently it was over like a dice game or something like that. And immediately, like, the internet and the world was just like, oh, another black on black violence. This dude deserved it. Blah blah blah. I'm just like, then it got into like the started reading about like what actually happened, and it had nothing to do with him. He just happened to be there, and somebody else was got mad over losing some money, and shots were fired, and he's the one who got shot. And he wasn't the only one that got shot either. I think he's the only one that passed away. And it's just
the only one that died. There were several other people that were shot, but they did not have life-threatening wounds.
Yeah.
There was 40 people at this event.
Yeah.
And apparently, like, I think 10 people were there during the skirmish. You can watch the video. The video was broken by Cronus's favorite outlet, TMZ. They're also the ones that broke the story, but they posted the video. It's cell phone footage of the argument, and like you can hear Quavo try to de-escalate what happens, and it looks like they try to walk away, and someone takes a swing. You can't see who because the person's finger was kind of on camera, but when their fingers on the camera, you can see someone hit the ground.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of breaks up, and then you hear shots. At least 10 shots are shot. I just watched it before we started, and it's all bad. I mean, you don't see anyone get hit. You just see people run, and you hear the shots.
There's another video where you do see a lifeless body. I'm assuming it's his on the ground, and it's quite fucking disturbing. I don't need to see that shit again. I did see it circulating on fucking Twitter. The other thing, though, but real quickly, the other thing, though, is, I mean, if this was at a fucking bowling alley, like, you can't. I hate to hear about this kind of shit happening, but a bowling alley is pretty benign. It's like a
it's
family event. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say, oh, this was some
low key shit.
You know, this was something nefarious from the get go, unless this is some Houston bowling alley where it's just known to be a whole bunch of shootings all the time, every single fucking weekend or whatever, which I haven't heard of any bowling alley necessarily always being like that. But a bowling alley is typically thought of as a pretty family friendly place in general.
So at the bowling alley, it was a private event that they were attending. So there were 40 people in attendance, and whatever happened, I guess Dice just played, but it doesn't sound like what they're arguing about was exactly Dice. It's hard to kind of make out what they're really arguing about a little bit because there's a lot of people talking, and then just like, you know, someone gets socked, and then you hear people getting shot. So
my only thing too is everybody gets kind of caught up in, okay, you know, obviously Offset or Takeoff got shot and killed. Unfortunately, it's really fucking tragic. But is the person who did it in jail or not?
Oh no, nope.
Is he in the
know
wind?
who did it yet?
Apparently, he's in the wind. Apparently, a lot of witnesses are also in the wind because Houston police are trying to get statements and whatnot. But people, according to the sheriff or the deputy sheriff, he was getting calls from outside of Houston about the incident. So people left the area, you know, and then called it in. But they don't want to. They're trying to get statements. Nobody wants to because they all took off. So,
I mean, here's the thing too. In some ways, it would be great if you did talk. You know what I mean? And especially if you saw something or you knew of the person who did it. I want this person to be apprehended. But at the same time, also for your own fucking safety, I understand why you may be apprehensive about that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's a fucking shit show. But you would think if something goes down at a bowling alley and it's on video or caught on someone's camera, multiple cameras, you'd think it would be, in general, pretty easy to identify someone. But
have they caught the guys that killed the dude at the Roscoe's? Do you know?
I haven't heard of that person being captured either.
No, I think he got away and no one's come forward.
God damn it! Like people just being murderers and just on tape basically, and then just disappearing.
I mean, we still haven't found Tupac and Biggie's killer, so I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's a
I thought it was P. Diddy. What are you talking
about?
Exactly. No, should.
It was P. Diddy and Suge Knight.
Yeah, apparently the conspiracy theory is that Suge Knight got Tupac killed by hiring dirty cops, and then apparently he might have did the same to Biggie. So
all I mean, it's
all
speculation. A whole bunch of speculation.
Those are all the myths and legends or whatnot. But still, I mean, these people may not get caught. Unfortunately, no.
It's interesting. Like Tupac is like our generation version of Elvis. Like people still think that he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
He's down in
Cuba.
They
think that him and Biggie are alive,
but also fucking
out in
yeah.
Just general statement put out there. Fuck Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Is he on that list of people who like mess around with family members? Elvis?
He's on a list of white people that stole black people's shit and repackaged it and sold it and made millions of dollars. We're not giving them any credit. So yeah, he's one of those people.
And he may have married an extremely young wife too. I'd have to look it up. But I think his first wife was extra young.
Yeah, I think she was like 15 or 16.
I don't know if she was Jerry Lee Lewis pedophile young, but down there. Yeah, you look, fact check us, somebody, internet, somebody. But yeah, It is what it is, man. R.I.P.
No,
to
okay.
him. I mean,
Elvis was 32 when he married Priscilla, and she was 22. So not a pedophile.
22 is that's
Yeah.
legal. That's legal.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say nothing. That's legal. But yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
wait,
back.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, what? What?
They met when she
Not
was
22?
4. They met when she was 14. So that's kind of weird.
He groomed her. He
I mean, it depends. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if he's like, doing things to her at that age, but I don't know if they're just like. I mean, because technically, I met Kay when she was in 8th grade, but I was also in 8th grade, so whatever.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
That's a little different.
Yeah,
But
no,
if
I'm not
she was
excuses.
14, he was like
if you were in
24.
your 20s when you met her, then,
Yeah, that'd be gross. Yeah,
yeah.
super gross. I don't get
don't
the
know, man.
fascination with dudes that try to get with girls that are like super young. It's just like people that are that young are stupid in general, and, boys and girls, and it's just like, hey, I don't understand the fascination with, and then people just get away with it, especially white people. It's fucking weird as fuck, and they just like
Oh,
make
yeah.
it normal.
Oh, no.
I'm just like, this is fucking gross.
The craziest stuff is the guys that try to make it into law, and
Yeah.
they end up trying to cover it up behind the guise of a church, and usually the FBI is like super all over. Say the FBI usually tries to find whatever kind of paper thin loophole to raid those areas, and they usually end up doing like what was it a few years ago, the guy from he was a Mormon guy. He was marrying 30-year-old men to 13-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And FBI camped out. They were off the property, but they had like a little like what is it, like a command center ready to go at a moment's notice, and they couldn't raid because they didn't have like the right like grounds to enter the property. So, and they ended up finding it out because they couldn't get proof that the children were in danger, and they couldn't get like any kind of like law or whatever to get I need to
Yeah.
here.
Meanwhile, you got no knock warrants for suspicion.
Exactly, and they couldn't get him. But they did arrest the guy. He ended up going to jail because he represented himself, and he sounded like a fucking dumbass on trial.
Like that
My
Daryl.
thing is this.
Good.
Is that him?
I was just gonna say,
No.
my thing is this though. Like, you got these teenage girls still have some guardian or parent. What in the entire fuck are you doing with your teenage daughter to just say, "Oh yeah, 30-year-old man, good, have at it." Yeah, this is great.
A lot of them kind of get wrapped up in that church
yeah.
BS, and like they just give their kids up, or some of them even kind of sell them like they're fucking cattle or something. Like there's some dollar signs behind it, and
I mean, it's wrong.
It's crazy.
I still put like 100. I still put like the vast majority of the blame on the person that's doing the sexual assault, raping a minor. Like, yeah, the parents are pieces of shit too. But there's some situations where the kids run away or where they don't know they are or whatever. But 100% the person that's doing the actual disgusting act is to blame. So, and we all know who they are. And for some reason in America, or actually a lot of places, they're just like we just talked about on the fucking Jerry Lee Lewis. That's why I had to stop you, old ninja. I'm just like, this guy's a fucking pedophile. And all of a sudden people are just like, oh, he died. Sure. Oh, my, he had so many fuck his platinum albums. Fuck all his music career. This guy was fucking a 13-year-old when he was an adult. That's fucking disgusting.
He was again. All I know is that Great Balls of Fire movie. So hopefully that was accurate. But
isn't that song about
all I know
is about a chlamydia, right? Great Balls
well, I just remember like I remember the exactly. I remember the press giving him, like, especially the European press giving him a hard time, and him getting all upset in that movie about like them asking, "Is that your cousin? Is she 13?"
Yes,
it's
yes.
because
and
the European press are the ones that exposed him. That's why he got upset. They're the ones who broke it to the world that was his cousin, and then he tried to say she was 15. But he married her at 13. She had a kid. She had his son at the age of 14.
Sure did.
Wait, isn't Great Balls of Fire the one where he's on stage and somebody fucking like rolls out a baby carriage or whatever?
Yeah,
right? That's okay. That's why I'm getting confused. For some reason, I thought that was Elvis Presley, but yeah, that was Great Balls of Fire.
That shit was wild.
How the hell did we get? We were talking about rappers being murdered and end up with fucking pedophiles and marrying your cousins again. Like, what the hell? That was a
That guy died too.
random
Yeah.
tangent.
I mean, he did lose his rock and roll career, but he came back as a country singer
Yeah.
somehow.
Fuck him.
Anyway,
I didn't know. I didn't know Elvis Presley's wife.
Priscilla?
God, I forgot her name. It's in my mind.
Priscilla.
I didn't know she was in the. I didn't know she was in the Naked Gun movies.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. She's in
She
a
was
few
like,
movies.
she was in 3 of them. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't even know
she's-
she act. I didn't know who the hell she was.
She's like the love interest. She's in a couple of films actually.
Mhm.
and then her,
Those movies
and then
fuck
their
up.
daughter definitely didn't fuck Michael
yeah,
Jackson,
Lisa
and
Marie.
definitely didn't have kids with Michael Jackson, because those ain't
No,
Michael
they
Jackson's
didn't
kids. I'm not pretending no
God
more.
damn.
Oh no,
I,
There was
I,
some other-
wanted,
there
I
was-
want you to know how many fucking arguments I got in with people talking about, oh yeah, those are his kids, like biological kids. And I was like, you have got to be fucking retarded.
No,
like,
you can
what
say-
is wrong with you?
I'll give you this. You can say his kids if he adopted, but you cannot say
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
in any fucking frame of reference that there is biological kids. No, they are not his biological kids.
Yeah.
If you look at Michael Jackson before he had the vitiligo or whatever the fuck happened to his skin and all plastic surgery, he was black. All right, African roots.
Mm.
His kids are not okay. They're not. One of them looks of Latin descent, to be honest with you. So, and it's not to
Yeah.
disparage his kids,
He-
like at all. But they're not biologically his kids, and I don't give a fuck what you
One of-
tell me. They're not biologically his kids.
one of his kids looked like Corey Feldman,
Exactly.
the youngest one. that might be the baby daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those who are a little stupid, when you get
Wow.
fucking plastic surgery, that does not change what's in your genetic code.
No.
Like, you know what I mean?
No,
Like, at all. So the fact that he looked like an Asian woman, you know, towards the
Oh,
latter
my
parts of his career, that doesn't mean that
Well,
means
hold on.
that's
Like
Uh,
Asian. That's a little. I feel like that's a little misguided. He looked more like a European model.
No. My theory,
Just
everybody,
like-
like
I mean,
it's funny.
What did Ye say? You know,
well, I don't give a fuck what Ye says. Fuck Ye.
Dark
light
skin-
skinned friend looked like Michael Jackson. Dark skinned friend looked like Michael Jackson.
It's funny. We were just talking about this at the bachelor party where I had mentioned how like everybody kept talking about like Michael Jackson wanted to be white. He wanted to be white. I'm like, no, Michael Jackson wanted to be an Asian girl. Like he's got like
Ah,
straight black
dang.
hair, pale skin. That's only in like the Asian community. You don't see that in like white people. They're pink. They're more of a pinkish color than a white color.
You know what? It wasn't
white.
even, I do believe that there was some level of a skin condition semi going on, but like
Yeah,
he
100%
went
could be.
all the way there with like the nose jobs, the lip jobs, all the. I mean, he just got addicted to the surgery scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Even after burning
I
up
mean, I brought this up when he passed. How when he caught on fire, that scarred him, and he had to
When
have
Pepsi burnt them up.
Yeah, when
now he's
Pepsi
drinking 7
burnt
Up.
him, and then because of that incident, he continued to do the surgery because he felt like he wasn't whole, I guess, or fully like repaired. So he just kept doing the surgery to make himself feel like he was, you know, kind of normal, or he needed more surgery because he was always in pain. He was taking muscle relaxers and pain relievers and whatnot. So
Oh, so
that could have
I'm-
most definitely played into that.
I want to pull it up for the for people that are watching right now, like the actual. I'm gonna pull up the original a photo of Michael Jackson before he had surgery. All right, so this is Michael Jackson before he had surgery. Okay, and sorry you guys can't see this, but these are his kids that I'm gonna pull up. These are his kids.
ain't no way.
These are not. No, like they're not. They're not like this. Can you see the differences in the everything? I mean, just, his daughter has fucking blue eyes.
Yeah.
Like, it's not impossible.
Have you?
But I mean, she also is. You know, she's not dark skinned at all.
Yeah.
Have you
see,
seen?
my
There's somebody who
cousin's
made a a Photoshop image of Michael Jackson of what he would have looked like if he didn't get plastic surgery.
Oh, I've
He
seen
looks
it.
like a decent. He looks like a decent black dude. Like
He wasn't a bad looking guy.
That's the thing. Like, you can't tell me late 70s, early 80s Michael wasn't getting bitches. Like, Michael was, he was still the man. Like, even coming out of like teenage Michael from the Jackson 5, folks, he had groupies. Let's be perfectly
Of course he
fucking
did.
clear.
But he also had celebrity groupies.
Of course.
Like Brooke Shields does not hold back that she was all about it. Even though when Oprah pressed him, he was like, "Oh, we're just friends." But Brooke was like, "Oh, I was trying to be more than friends."
shit,
And she
Madonna
got
was trying to
rejected.
be more than friends.
She also got rejected by what was it, George Michael
Prince?
too.
Oh.
No,
Well, I
George
mean,
Michael.
we know George Michael's deal though.
But
Yeah.
that was before he came out. This is
Yeah,
back
he
in
probably
the
was-
day.
Hold on. Yes, before he came out. Okay, fine. But George Michael was into boy booty long before he came
Yeah.
out. Like, let's be real.
You don't just come out and all of a sudden then you're like, oh, I'm coming out now. I want the ass.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
well
he
before
came out.
that.
He came out after he was caught trying to suck dick in a fucking
And that's
bathroom.
because he wanted dick before he came out. That's why you come
Yeah,
out.
right.
Like,
Yeah, that's why he was in there.
He's been about dick for 30, 40 years. Like, come on now. You know.
So,
But if you
Hey.
listen to the song "Teacher," like you can tell that he's been somebody touched him wrong.
Damn.
In the lyrics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all bad. And I'll also say this too with Michael in terms of like him and the surgeries and shit. Michael was like a $120 soaking wet with boots on. You know what I mean? Like, and they were pumping that man full of drugs since late 80s. What was the Pepsi thing? 89, 88? Whatever
I think it
fuck
was
year it was.
88, yeah, about 88,
86.
89,
it was
yeah.
too. It's we're too goddamn old ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang.
That's all.
But yeah.
That
I
shit
mean, he
happens.
was not a-
That
he was
the
not a
era of
big
Nick.
guy. He was certainly not big, and he was taking enough to take out horses. Let's just say that. So
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
yeah. You know, the other thing that pissed me off, I think that fucking doctor, isn't he out of jail now or about to be?
Is he? Oh,
I think
no.
I think he just got out.
Dude, wait. The Michael Jackson Pepsi accident happened in 1984.
84? Fuck.
Yeah, January 27th, 1984 is when it happened.
I was 5.
I think I was gonna say I was 3.
No, you weren't
Shit.
3.
Pepsi hadn't
You're
came up
older
yet.
than me. What are you talking about? 1984. You had to have at least been 5, bro.
No, it's 4.
math
It's before my birthday. It happened in January, so I was still 4.
Oh, it's January. Okay, so I was 4. You said 3 though.
Yeah.
That's why I was very confused.
Well, no, I did, my math was wrong in my head.
Okay.
He been drinking.
No, I mean, I'm drinking too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just know that Blue was older than me by some months, right? Couple
More
months.
months?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in April and you're in August, right?
Yeah.
Quick maths.
There you
Quick
go.
mass.
All right.
Fucking
Man,
shit.
that was a crazy ass fucking tangent.
Yes, it was.
Like,
Peter murder to Michael Jackson's skin color to pedophiles and Elvis and
yeah. So
naked guns.
good luck, Devil Tank. He was probably just gonna say we just went on a tangent for like the first
Yeah.
15 fucking 20 minutes or whatever of the podcast. Also, he invited us. Let me give a shout out to Devil Tank. He invited us to come out to Utah to ride. He has apparently, I think he said 6 ATVs. I'm just like,
shit.
cool. I got 2 feet. I can definitely take another one, and I'm good to go. But I definitely want to go again. I actually might. Actually, I probably will. You know what? Fuck it, because I haven't seen him in forever, and I know he's got, he likes to do fun shit, and I know him and his wife, because we all went to high school together.
Nice.
I'll be willing to go out and visit him again and do some fun shit. So yeah,
Dude, I love
see
it.
this ATV in
ATVing
Maui.
was hella fun. So
it was a lot of fun.
yeah.
I just don't. I mean, here's the thing. I would love to come on out there. I want to meet him and all of that good stuff. But at the same time, Utah might be one of those states where my kinks are real illegal. You know what I mean? And I need to know.
Oh no, that's
Oh,
guaranteed.
shit.
That's guaranteed. Guaranteed.
You know what I mean?
It's Utah.
It would be
I'm
like
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Utah won't let you get even a dildo
Oh
in the
my-
state.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Shit.
you know I'm gonna roll up with
You-
my bag, and in my bag they're gonna find interspecies reviewers, and it's gonna be
Oh,
over.
yeah.
For me. I'm just gonna be locked up. You know
You
what
know,
it is.
So you're gonna get stopped by customs, and you're like, wait, I'm flying. I'm flying within a state country. Like, how am I
Yep,
getting
it's
stopped by
not
customs?
even. He's
Shit.
going to be detained at the airport. Won't even be able to leave. I'm like, we'll come and get you in 3 days.
It's over for me.
Yeah.
So thanks, but no thanks. You can come to Cali though.
Yeah, we can ATV in Cali.
Is it-
I mean, there's spots all over the spot.
There are. It's
Is-
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Isn't Utah a dry state?
No, it's not dry. I
No.
don't. It might
Oh,
have
they got-
changed. It might have changed recently, but I know that they used to have a super weird like beer law and alcohol law where you can only have a beer. It was like Devil Tank will probably
Below
correct me
5.
if I'm wrong. It was 3.2%, and then you had to go to like a private club if you wanted
Yep.
something stronger. I know that because I used to travel to Utah every now and again, and it was fucking annoying as shit. When I used to drink way too much alcohol to go there, and I couldn't get a decent beer out there. But the laws might have changed by now because this is probably 20 fucking years ago at this point in my life. So, well, not 20.
Actually-
2018.
I'm looking at their website right now.
I've been to
Yeah.
Utah. I've been to Salt Lake City.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different because it's one of those states where you can't buy alcohol on Sunday type states. So,
You know,
In
Georgia
some places.
was like that for the longest.
so
Yeah.
almost all the states in the Bible Belt are like that. Georgia's not the only one.
Yep.
Well, you have counties that are like that even within states. So what I liked about Salt Lake City is that it was all built in a grid, and so like if you want to get this is actually one of the coolest. So like most modern cities today, the reason why you have one-way streets is because they're all built for like horses and shit. But in Salt Lake City, if you go there, it's all built in a grid, and I think it was Brigham Young. Pretty sure it was Brigham Young. He built the city or designed it so you had to be able to turn around a horse-drawn carriage on every street. And so that was enough room to build like roads that would accommodate modern cars. And so there's no one-way streets. There's all two-way streets, and it's all on a grid, so you don't get fucking lost and it's all weird and shit. So it's actually designed like really cool.
It's cool.
So I'm looking at the Utah website right now, like utah.com, and it says on here a new Utah liquor law was passed on November 2019. This time it favored on evening access to slightly higher percentage beer. Utah updated the alcohol by volume of beer served on draft and in grocery stores from 4%. Hold on. Hold your horses here, guys. It went from 4% to 5%. Like,
So now they
Oh,
can
shit.
sell Blue Moon there.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
we all would be going to jail there. You know?
show the fuck what.
I'm pretty sure that he has because I don't know if he drinks anymore, but I mean you can still get alcohol there.
Mhm.
So I'd still, even if it was fucking totally dry, I'd still go to hang out with him because I haven't seen him doing it forever.
You know, actually, here's what I've noticed when I was living in Georgia for a long time and whatnot. The states with the most restrictive, whatever, religious bullshit or laws or whatever, they have the weirdest underground scenes
Yeah.
ever. Like, so the uber repressed folks, they just go fucking buck wild with, you know what I mean? Like, there's like speakeasy, like sex clubs probably, and dungeons and shit under every fucking suburban home. I'll bet you.
So what I noticed is that usually states that have the most restrictive laws have the most strip clubs per capita.
Correct.
So like it was weird because in Atlanta, it was like every other corner was a church and then every corner was a strip club.
Yeah.
It was super weird to me. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this city? Why is this built like this? I was tripping out.
The thing that got me with Atlanta though was you would have strip clubs where they would literally do like during the day office get-togethers or lunch there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
That's
like,
reasonable.
yeah, I mean, but
they
wow.
do that here.
but I mean, most companies don't do co-ed. Okay, we're going to Magic City, you know, for a nooner. You know what I mean? Like,
Shit, they do that for Cisco, where dude spent $10,000 and got fucking denied that shit.
yeah.
I mean, shit, he tried to use a company expense account to pay for fucking coke and strippers.
I mean,
Isn't that what that's what it's for, though, right?
yeah.
I mean,
they're
ass and
senators.
titties. Ass and
Yeah,
titties.
yeah. I mean, shit.
Big booty bitches.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Holy shit, we've gone all around the world, man.
all
Okay,
around the spot.
I don't
I even know how we got on that one.
through
Holy
the
shit.
RIPs. We just said fuck it. We going off. All
I
right,
feel like
goddamn.
it's been a while.
It has.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Where y'all
35
want- where y'all
minutes
wanna
in.
go? Let's get
and,
the show on the road.
Yeah. Where we going first?
We
Somebody pick
got
You want to talk about the rapper who got killed?
We just, oh my God.
Shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'll say this, just starting with maybe some gaming shit. We got about a week or so to go till God of War Ragnarok. They're dropping commercials about this. It looks fucking exciting and shit. They got LeBron James and what's his name from Zoolander up in that
Ben
motherfucker.
Stiller, how dare you?
And you
You
got
know, he's
what's his
still
name too?
Zoolander.
What's the other guy from God damn, I forget the other guy's fucking name. The guy from Face Off.
From Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Pulp Fiction.
John Travolta.
John
and his
Travolta.
You
daughter.
said from Face Off.
I did. That was the shittiest one. Actually, I'm not saying it's
Face Off
shitty.
is
Fuck that
awesome.
shit. Face Off was awesome.
Face Off was
yeah.
awesome. I don't know
Face
what
Off
Off
was
was
good,
awesome.
dude.
I love that
Face
shit.
He was
Awesome.
like, I can eat
That
peaches
was
for
the most-
hours, dude. That's like the best line ever in a fucking movie.
That's one of the most John Woo movies outside of like The Replacements. And,
John Woo used to be the shit.
yeah, and then what was the other one? Actually, I hated Mission Impossible 2, but the action was amazing.
Gotta have the doves flying out and shit. Somebody
Yeah,
dying in the
the
background.
Every time.
Yeah.
Oh, so good though.
So we're almost here with Ragnarok. Y'all pre-ordered, y'all excited, you know, everybody fapping to it. What we doing?
Yeah, so I'm doing a different experience this time for ordering a game. So usually I have a GameStop account. I get like points and all that shit for being GameStop whatever they call it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but when I ordered it, because I can't walk around easily right now, I'm getting better at it with my foot. But I didn't want to have to go to a store to get the game, so I wanted to order it and get it day one delivery. And GameStop online was on some bullshit where like I couldn't get it day one, or I had to like pay a bunch extra. I think it was like I couldn't order it
The hell?
at all to get it delivered that same day. But I saw a thing from PlayStation send me an email about like pre-ordering some other shit. And I was like, well, PlayStation has the new PlayStation Stars. So let me see if I can get some star points or whatever and order this shit. So I went online. You can get day one delivery. I think it's for like maybe $4. Day one delivery or nothing or no extra thing if you have, you know, a PlayStation Plus, whatever the highest tier is. This is what I have. You get it free delivery same day. And so this is my first time buying it from the physical copy from PlayStation for day one delivery. So we'll see how it works, and I'll let you all know in 2 weeks because it drops on the 9th. And actually, no, I will let you know literally next week.
Yeah, I was about to say
It's 7 days. So yeah, if I get it before the podcast starts, then I'll let you know.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Straight from your mailbox to your Xbox. Oh, yeah, Xbox. To your PS5. I'm gonna pick it up for sure. I won't be able to play it day one because I'll be out of town once it arrives. But I'm super excited for this because the last game was fucking fire, and just the whole lore that they changed, like flipped everything on their fucking head. But just the way the game ended with fucking Thor showing up, like, yo, I need to talk to you real quick. Can you come outside? Like he's like, there's gonna be some shit. But what's the name? I remember in the first game when the one guy showed up at Kratos' house talking shit. And he got his ass whooped. I was like, "Oh, how'd you get?" And I said, "Dude, yeah, stranger." Then he was like, "Oh, that's as hard as you can hit." And then he punched Kratos. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck? Where is this going?"
Yeah.
Like right there, I knew that game was gonna be fucking epic. But yeah, I'm excited about this game. And plus, like his son is older, and like I want to see what powers and tricks he get because he's Loki, right? Like in mythological.
He is, and now
whatever.
he's older. He's like a teenager now in the game. So this is
Yeah.
like a couple years later, and so you actually hear in his voice. He sounds like his voice is deeper. So
Them balls have dropped.
they're dropping. They're on the way. They're descending. Then comes the horniness. Then you need the 3 squeezes, y'all. I'm just saying the 3 squeezes.
Kratos is gonna take him to a brothel and be like, "Hey, get as much booty as you want, boy.
Yeah,
Ass and titties."
What about you, old ninja? You dipping your toe back into Ragnarok and
I'm playing fucking God of War like now. Not at this moment. I'm on the very last. Like I didn't do any fucking side missions. I only killed one
You done
Valkyrie.
fucked up.
I'm like, I'm beating
you
this
done fucked
fucking
up.
game. Fuck all that. I'm beating the game. I
Platinum
don't
that
give a
game,
fuck.
bro.
So I'm on the last mission. I'm on the part where he just calls him Head, but he has a name. I can't remember his name. but
Mimir.
yeah,
Get his name right.
yeah, he's just like, oh, whatever you. I'm
That's
at the
awesome.
point where he's like, we're about to do this. Whatever you have not finished, you need to do it now before we move forward. I'm like, oh,
Oh
this is the
yeah,
last
you're at the
mission.
end.
So platinum.
Yeah, I'm at
So
the
what he
end.
do? So do what he says. Get all the shit. Platinum it. Beat
Nope.
Sigrun.
If part 2 is out next week, I'm beating the game this weekend, and then I'm getting part 2. That's
Look
But wait, if
look at
you-
this weakness.
exactly what I'm gonna do.
You're not beating the game. You're just passing a level because the true fucking boss, mega boss in that game is the fucking Valkyrie, the last one. Because
Sigrun.
holy shit, she is the
Yeah.
hardest character.
Hell no.
You
Dude,
But when you
I had-
beat her,
You feel
all right,
satisfied.
I was not powerful enough to take on my second Valkyrie because she kept
yeah.
like I was fucking her up, and then she changed her attack, and I was like,
Yeah.
"You fucking bitch," and she would fuck me up in 2 moves. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this bitch, because I was fighting the one that would she would cloak herself in smoke,
yep.
and I was like, you
But-
fucking bitch.
But dude, listen, I'm serious. Like beating Sigrun is it's pretty close to busting a nut.
I'm
just
pretty
saying.
sure,
I
but hold
said it.
on. But if
Pretty
that
close.
nut comes at the cost of masturbating with fucking sandpaper, I don't want it.
It is.
I don't,
I'm
no,
just
I
saying
don't need it.
is. Like
I don't-
beating that bitch.
That's not my
Also
kind of
happy.
masochism. That's not my kind of
it's like the dude from Human Centipede, the one that had the fucking bob wire.
God damn.
Oh, yeah.
Human Centipede 2. You had to bring the visuals back.
I did.
Yeah. Also, fuck you, Prodigy. You
I
know
saw
what you
that.
did.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
bring
saw
up
the I saw the
that movie.
unrated version. What's even more funny is I was actually disappointed because I watched it before I went to Prodigy's house, and he only had the R-rated version. He did not have the unrated version, which was way
Goddamn.
more fucked up.
That wasn't.
It's-
Whoa, hold on. There's a
No.
version worse than that.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
man. There's
I mean, well,
unrated-
here's the thing.
there's an unrated version with slightly more extended scenes, and I'm just like, holy shit, they cut some of this shit out. I was like, oh, this is all bad.
But we talked about like raiding houses, looking for pedophiles and whatnot. Whoever that fucking director, the editor, the people who finance it, all
is
them
his
people
name-
need to get raided.
Hold on.
His name
All
is Tom
of them.
Six.
Look, we got to sidebar for a second here, okay? Because like back in the day, like all of us on this podcast, we were super tight. We would hang out almost every weekend,
Mhm.
every weekend, and we'd hang out to do whatever. And so we watched the first, Human Centipede, and we're just like, okay, this is fucked up, but it's funny.
Hilarious.
There was some humor in it, And then Prodigy was like, part 2 came out, so I went to Prodigy's house, and this is the funny part for people that don't understand is like Prodigy has kids. Well, at the time he had a kid.
He had AK. Yeah,
And I got a kid too, but she wasn't with me at the time. But we go to his house and watch this fucking movie. And at the end of it, it was like I don't even know how to explain this shit in like words. Like I think people left the room.
I know I did.
Yeah, people
That
left the
baby
room.
scene fucked me up.
And at the end, we're just like, what the fuck do we like? It was like shock
You were
and,
mad.
and horror in our eye. Like, what the fuck are we watching?
You know what it was like? It was as close as you were going to get to a real life snuff film.
Yeah.
And, not a fake one, like one of those ones where people actually died making this and they just put it on film.
But-
And everybody was not in a fucking cheerful mood. Like there was no libations and,
No, but that's
joke.
the weird part. There was though. We had
Yeah, I'm
alcohol.
about to say
we had
there was
food.
a potluck.
It was like it was a night. Yeah, it was a potluck. Yeah, we came out and like hang out, eat food, get drunk, watch this movie, and then we watched that, and we're just like total Debbie Downer.
Yeah, well,
We shoulda known.
I had already seen it literally like a day or two before, and it was hella funny because I wanted to see what the reaction was, and like people were they're gonna start eating, but as they continue to watch the film, everyone put their plate down. There's literally like dozens of like plates, like cooked food. We're talking like pans and stuff that were like barely even touched. Like maybe one person here and there like took one scoop of it. There was so much leftover food because nobody wanted to eat. It was hilarious.
That's
I
it.
thought it was
That's it
funny.
exactly.
I
Well,
thought
We should have known right when the movie started. You just heard in the background like your crying makes my pee hard. It's like, wait, where are we going with this?
yeah. It was all bad. Speaking of which, since
I still have 3 or 4 yet.
Cronus brought up something pretty substantial, I think, is that he brought up, like, we used to hang out quite a bit, and I literally got a memory like reminder today. I guess it was about a party yesterday from
Yeah,
like
I know you're talking
7 years. It was like 2012 or 2013, and it's like I'm busting out a big thank you for them throwing this huge party. I'm like, what fucking party? Oh, I guess it's a Halloween party
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
It was wild. It's probably the one where you cut your hand open.
that wasn't 2012, but yeah, we used
No.
to
It was
throw
2012.
epic.
'Cause that was in Union
parties.
City.
Yeah, that was in
Yeah.
Union City.
Ooh, it didn't have. It just says thank you, Cronus and Kay for throwing an epic party. One for the books that I put. It was
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, we threw a lot. That Union City house, we threw some fucking badass. This is how we all came together as parties at my Union City house.
Hell
Besides
yeah.
me and Prodigy
And-
and Blue,
Yeah,
but
People
yeah.
get choked out.
I wasn't there for that. I heard about that one.
Yeah, I choked out Cowboy
Cowboy
Mike.
Mike.
And
Put
then
it-
like a
put
couple
his-
years later, fucking Lamar got me. Lamar got me in
Hold up.
Americana.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that,
yeah.
but
That's so
but
bad.
the Cowboy Mike one was like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, from what I understand, because I didn't attend. Apparently, he was really drunk.
Yeah, he was.
Apparently,
He fucked around and
so
found
I
out.
mean, yeah. So I guess, but it was weird because after that, you never heard from him again. And then,
There's
from what I understand,
and
I
for the
saw
au-
him.
and
I
for
saw
the
him like
audience,
3 years later.
and for the audience, so like, oh, why are you calling this guy Cowboy Mike or whatever?
He's a
He
little cowboy.
loved being called Cowboy Mike because this man had
He
a
had a
fucking
ranch.
horse.
Yeah, he had a ranch.
He had
No,
a
he didn't,
horse.
he, didn't, he didn't have a ranch, but he
He
had
had
a
a
horse.
He kept saying for me to come visit him at the ranch. He's like,
Yeah,
come by the
well,
ranch.
his horse is at a ranch. And don't get me wrong, me and Cowboy Mike we're still on decent terms. He just decided
Okay.
to like not hang out anymore. But like
Yeah.
I have no animosity towards the guy at all.
Hey, I don't either, but I saw him like years later. He's like, dude, come by, come ride. I didn't have his contact info. I was like, dude, like, sure. And then never saw him again.
This will be the last
Remember-
time I ever hear these words out of my mouth, but I did ride his horse.
So, let me,
So
what
this-
species was it?
If you know Prodigy on a personal level, this makes so much sense.
so the funny thing,
That was almost like he said "pause no homo."
so I'll tell
Yeah,
you,
all the pauses, all the pauses.
I'll tell you a cool Cowboy Mike story real quick since I've been drinking a little bit. So Cowboy Mike actually he used to live like literally behind my house, in a house. He wasn't a fucking hobo or anything. We live in the same housing complex. He's older than me by like a few years. He's cool as fuck, and he joined the Navy, and I joined like maybe like 2 years before I joined the Marine Corps, and he ended up being like a dental tech, and he was a dental tech at the same boot camp that I was at, and I had no idea. And so every now and again, he would pull me out of boot camp to just like hang out.
Right on.
And he'd be like, he pulled me out, to go see dental, and he would buy me Jack in the Box, and just like, and like at the time, man, boot camp is fucking stressful as shit. And to have some guy that you actually know, like pull you out of boot camp just to hang out and just like talk to you for just like 20, 30 minutes was like, man, it was a lot. And so that guy, he was cool as fuck. I don't know why, like, we're not hanging. Oh, I know why we're not hanging out now, but it's nothing to do with like me and him. But yeah, he was a cool ass dude.
Yeah, he was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Cool to hang out with. He dated a scientist. It was great.
He did, and that's I think that's the reason why we don't hang out anymore.
Oh,
Which I don't really care about, because I'm just like,
yeah. Okay. I mean, cool.
I
But still, those were fun times. I do miss those times.
One of my favorite memories of all of us hanging out is at the playground.
oh yeah, doing the
There's a
karaoke
place
nights.
in San Francisco. It's a karaoke place in Japantown,
Oh,
and yeah, it's a playground. And we literally had a furry show up and was hanging
Oh,
out
yeah.
with us.
that was awesome.
Cool as
I
shit.
forgot about that.
What was her name?
That was
Yeah.
Prodigy, what was her name? Finna?
Finna Fox the furry.
Finna Fox.
Yeah.
Finna Fox
Finna
the
Fox
furry.
the furry. It was so
And,
funny.
hey, okay, so for those who don't fucking know, when you hang out with a furry, and she's cool people, I know her in like real life and whatnot. She stays in furry costume the entire time, whether we drinking, eating, laughing, dancing, or whatever. And then people would come by and try to kidnap her from us.
Oh
And
yeah,
she
we had to go
and she'd be
rescue
like,
her.
"What the fuck is going on?" You know what I mean?
hmm
And we'd have to kidnap her back, and then it's a whole event. But you got to look out for your furry friends.
You
So
do.
Yeah.
You do.
I saw Finna without her mask, and it was only because we're in a very small room. We had a lot of people. We had like what 10, 12 people in this little. It wasn't that little, but it was like a conference room,
Mm-hmm.
and like she was sweating buckets. Like she took off her mask, and like she had makeup on. All of that was running. Her whole like head of hair was matted to her
Yeah.
skull. She was sweating so profusely. I thought she was gonna. I think she was on the verge of probably gonna pass out because it was so hot in
You-
there.
Do you
know,
know
with
the
all the
commitment
cons and
you
stuff,
gotta have to fucking be in a hot ass fucking
Yeah, she
room?
she she did it
Sorry, go
until it
ahead.
was like physical. It became a physical issue for her. So
you know what?
I give her
What's
mad
kind of
props. She was up in there almost all night dancing, karaoke singing, whole nine.
Go on, go ahead, Blue.
you know what's crazy? Like all the cons and stuff you go to, like you don't really see furries at these. Like, I mean, I know
Nope.
they have their own
It's a different
convention,
thing, yeah.
but even like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
hentai and all that stuff, like yeah, you don't really. I
The
don't know.
furry world, and again, I'm not speaking for the furries, but I got a few people that are in that world like deep, and I've been to FurryCon a few times.
I want to go. One of these.
The furries are their own fucking unique animal, pun intended. Like they get down, and FurryCon is fun. The one in San Jose, always fun. You know what I mean? But I will say this: the con, it's not cosplay. It's not quite cosplay. It's a different It's a different thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like a whole different personality for them.
Yeah, cosplay is like you're dressing up as a character that you love. It's fun and blah blah blah. Furry, it's a fucking commitment. Like you don't take off that fucking like
It's a lifestyle. It's a
yeah.
lifestyle.
And then the other
It's funny. I remember.
thing,
Okay.
you see furries sometimes who will be out and about like Finna Fox, not because it's a con, but because it's a Saturday night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like just out like that. That's how they fucking get down. And you know,
Yeah, I still can't
That's-
believe like
It's funny. I
the,
remember.
the whole night getting drunk as fuck, eating, drinking, singing karaoke in a furry outfit. It's
Mhm.
fucking great.
And the mouth function too, like it moved when she talked,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which
Yep.
was crazy.
It
Sure
sure
But
is.
I remember, I don't know if it was Olivia Munn or if it was Sarah Underwood, but they went to a furry con, and like she just had like cat ears and like a tail, and she's like, "Oh, am I like this considered a furry?" They're like, "No, you are
Nope.
you are just wearing a cat ears and a tail. That's it. Like you ain't full furry." I mean, she looked hot as hell, but yeah, she wasn't furry. More Playboy than funny.
Yeah, and I'll also say this too. Don't get all over stereotyping of not all furries are into extreme wild orgy stuff. Some of it's just fucking decently wholesome ass fun.
Only the
There
best
is-
ones are. Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Oh my god.
if you're ready to
Yeah.
party, they ready to party. Let's just say that. You know. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
no.
so it was Sarah Underwood. She went to FurryCon in Atlanta, and this was back in 2013.
Dude, I mean, oh, you said it was Sarah Underwood?
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
ex Playboy money.
Yeah, she did a lot. She would do a lot of stuff for G4. Like she did she did this Star Wars themed car wash where she dresses Padme and like sexy Padme. Holy shit. That was an outfit and a half. I was like,
So
God,
she was
dang.
Padme, or was it because I think
She was Padme from episode 2.
Mm.
oh, okay.
She had the white and like her stomach was showing and her form-fitting like outfit. I was like, damn. And all the other girls that were there were slave Leias and they were washing cars in slave Leia outfit. And she was fucking shit. She's like, these girls don't know what the fuck they're doing. Let me show them what's up. And I was like, oh shit.
The one that used to fucking really grind my gears in a good way was that sexy ass Layla Kaylee.
Oh yeah, with the accent.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
that
I
accent,
used to.
man.
God damn, I used to watch G4 with my dick out. It was awesome.
Yep. Trying to get on your horse.
Mhm.
G4 used to be so fucking good, but I think it was G4 was so good in like in a vacuum. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it was so good. It just you can't. I feel like
They had light in a bottle. They just couldn't
yeah,
recapture
I
it.
think that was just for like a certain like you could. There's certain things you can't like redo and it'll be still like relevant. And I think G4 is one of them. Like it was for us, people like us, and
Yeah.
we're just getting older, and so a lot of people like that are like us they're not nerds anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And,
they don't consume these types of things anymore.
and if we're really honest, even at the time, it was kind of fringe because you couldn't talk to
Oh yeah.
everybody about G4. You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
no.
So, it wasn't like, oh, here's the latest CW or AMC zombie show. No, it was kind of fringe geeky stuff before it really popped off. And then the other thing that I just always appreciated about them, the fucking gaming reviews were almost always spot the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like that was my favorite, and their coverage of E3. I was like, holy shit,
Oh,
y'all know
I
what the
love
fuck you're doing.
that. I used to love
They
that. It only
they
came
cover
on
E3
Sunday.
perfectly.
Yeah, I like Cheat because it was hosted by Kristen Davis.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Cheat was a good show. Even though they had this hot ass host, the cheats were actually legit.
But it's weird that you can't like. I mean, like I think IGN is winning the battle of like
Oh yeah.
that whole thing. But it's sad to me that G4 can't keep it going. But at the same time, I can understand because times are changing, and there's not a lot of us left that are of this age in 40s and above that still game and like consume these sorts of things. Like it's just it just doesn't happen. And so when you see like a younger person that is into these things, they don't necessarily want to hear from some old fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, and even though I really like Adam Sessler, he's a fucking old guy.
Of course.
And I can totally see like how a young person doesn't want to listen to what the fuck. I mean, my kids don't want to listen to what the fuck I have to say. You know what I mean? So like, why the fuck would they want to care about what Adam Sessler has to say? And
Well, and the medium too. Like a lot
yeah,
of young kids. Like if you have almost teenage nephews and nieces, and I got a 12-year-old or whatever. Like they don't want to fucking necessarily watch a cable channel. You know what I mean? They just want to get on their phone and watch something right now on TikTok or whatever.
But then also, the other thing is too that like with like YouTube's and like your Twitch and stuff like that, like people like to watch people play games now. So instead of like watching or listening about reviews and stuff like that, they can literally watch somebody play a game and kind of determine either they want to play it themselves or they, I watch somebody else play it. I know how the game's going to go, so why do I need to buy it? So there's also that avenue as well.
Well, I think the other avenue too was like when they were doing some of their content, especially with like their reviews, they would do like 30-minute reviews. Yeah. And for me, it's like, okay, I can sit down and like watch a 30-minute review sometimes. But that's not the attention span for the vast majority of viewers on the internet. You need to have it 10 minutes or less. Like usually like probably 5 minutes or less, but usually 10 minutes or less.
Unless you are so fucking hot, like Layla Kaylee, that I'll just watch for 30 minutes.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know what she was talking about. Like, what? Let me rewind that.
Exactly. I mean, I gotta finish a few more times, but yeah.
My god!
On the topic of G4, they're kind of going under again.
Yeah.
Third time.
They're already done. G4 is already done. Like we talked about it before. They're done. Let's talk about two things real quick, and I'll set them up for you. First, we'll talk about Halloween, and then the Day of the Dead. So I want to talk about a Ofrendas. So, So think about somebody who you would think about in your Ofrenda, as I'm talking about the next part. So, recently, as you all know, Halloween just passed. It was a couple days ago, 2 days ago, and it was funny because I was thinking about taking my daughter out to go do Halloween, and then my accident happened. I'm just like I'm missing walking abilities. So I reached out to Prodigy. I'm like, because we did 2 or 3 years ago we did Halloween together with our kids.
Absolutely.
And I was like, I meant to reach out to you earlier, but then the foot thing happened and whatever. So I'm like, what are you doing for Halloween? And he's like, trick or treating around his area. He lives in a hilly area. Technically I do too, but his hilly area is a little bit slightly more extreme than mine. And so I was like, let's do the trick or treating thing with our kids, and let's do this thing. And then he was like super hesitant, like, can you make it? It's like 4 miles, plus, and we got up and down
All uphill.
hills, and kids getting candies. I'm just like, I'll be all right. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll get my crutches because I have like a whole one. So this is the thing that I'm using to get around like the house. This is like a thing where I like literally put.
Oh, that's what you were describing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I put like my knee. So if you're not listening to
Like
the
bow
podcast,
stick.
yeah, it's like a.
You're like a pirate.
Yeah, I'm basically like a pirate. Like I put like this thing on
So you
my.
did.
I kneel on this part right here. This is where my knee goes, and then my leg comes out this way, and like my other leg comes out this part. Anyway, so I walk around like peg-legged, kind of like with this thing on, but I'm not fast with this thing. But I can use both my hands. That's the good part, and it's way easier to get around. I'm way faster with crutches. So crutches I can get around with okay. And so I think Prodigy was like, I don't know, man. I was like, don't worry, man. I'll get around. So I did, the whole night. I got around okay, right?
Yeah, you
I didn't
definitely
slow you
did.
down too
Even
much.
though there were steep, like for those who don't know, there's some good hills over here. Like that's what I was. Dude, that's the reason why I was a little apprehensive. I was like, "Are you sure?" Because once you're out, unless you're gonna have somebody pick you up, those hills are still gonna be hills.
Yeah, they're
But
being.
Wait, Kronos.
Good.
Tell me you dressed up as a pirate though.
I
'Cause,
did
like,
not,
I was like
unfortunately.
the perfect jet.
I'm like- and it's funny because like
It's your booty that I want.
Damn.
it's funny because Riley, she was like, Daddy doesn't get dressed up for Halloween, but I'm like, for her entire lifetime, I haven't. But she doesn't know that I used to, right? That I used to like dress up for Halloween like every year. So next year I'll dress up. So anyway, I totally understood, Prodigy's thing, but it was also like a challenge. I was like, he thinks I can't do it, so I'm gonna fucking do it. So I came out, crushed around, I was fine. So the last hill was honestly that was probably the hardest one coming like back up. I was sweating like a motherfucker coming out of that bitch. I was just like, fuck. But I got back, and then like the next day passed. Sorry, I took a shower. I think I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I was like, my fucking like right below my armpit, like fucking, it's like itchy and like hurts. I was like, what the fuck? And I look in the mirror, and it's fucking bloody in my fucking armpit, and I had a skin tag in my armpit that just fucking popped. It's all bloody and shit. I was like, motherfucker. So yeah, hold on, let's stop focusing. So yeah, I paid the price for doing that. That was fun, but whatever. I got to hang out with my kids and with Prodigy, so
that was cool, man.
yeah.
Wow.
It was a good night all the way around. Obviously the kids are running around, they're trick or treating, enjoying themselves. My daughter was Wednesday Addams. She's always fucking loved Wednesday Addams.
She looked great.
To her, that is the coolest girl in the entire fucking world, and she's excited. Hopefully, it's age-ish appropriate with adults and kids for that Netflix series where it's going to be all about Wednesday.
Isn't that out today?
I think it's coming out soon.
Yeah,
it might be.
It might be.
It might-
it might be Friday. It might be on Friday.
Okay.
It better come out today because today's Wednesday. Like you said.
That's very true.
Oh no, it doesn't
Yeah.
come out until November 23rd.
Oh, the end of
Okay.
November. Okay. So
Yeah.
Is
that'll
that
be
a
like
Wednesday?
Thanksgiving week.
Right? Very easy.
It sounds like a Tuesday. It is.
No, it is a Wednesday.
Look at this.
Yeah.
fucking
There you
shit.
go.
All right.
Fine.
It's literally the day before Thanksgiving.
Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Halloween's always great. I mean, it's great to get obviously kids together and just fucking do some old person as fucking watching the trick or treating happening or whatever. But nice neighborhood. It was good to see Kronos all the way around. It fucking worked. I'm gonna take a real quick tangent though. The thing that I watched later on that night after the kids went fucking down. Have y'all seen Cabinet of Curiosities?
I watched the first.
Not yet.
I asked you. I was like, bro, this is right up your fucking alley. I watched the first
Dude, I
episode.
love
I was
that.
like, God damn, this dank as
I love
fuck.
Love it. Fucking love it. I know this. I got like 6 more to watch. So because I watched the first fucking 2. Guillermo del Toro. God damn. God bless
He
you.
kills it with the animation, like
It's not
fucking
animated.
Troll Hunters and it's not animated.
No,
Wait,
No, this
It's
is live action.
All right.
horror, man.
It's real fucked up. This first one was.
Like holy shit! I swear to God, I thought it was animated. Like I saw the
He
thumbnail
has
for it
a-
on my.
He
On,
has an
Amazon- on
animated.
Netflix.
He has a Pinocchio that's stop motion that's supposed to come to
That's
Netflix.
coming out soon.
Yeah, it's
but
supposed to come out real soon. If it's not out already.
what is it?
All I
What's it
know
called?
is-
Counters and cabinets.
A cabinet of curiosities.
Cabinet.
What did you
yeah,
say?
Cabinet of curiosity.
Cabinets of, what the fuck?
You know, bunkers and badasses. You know.
What the fuck? Cabinet of
That counters and
curiosities.
cabinets.
This shit felt more Halloweeny than anything else. It got me in the goddamn mood. So I watched a couple episodes the first night. So what'd y'all get into for Halloween though?
I gotta tell this one story real quick. So, for Halloween, we hung out with some Nancy's friends, and we dressed up as Egyptians. I dressed up as a pharaoh. Little Sebby dressed up as a mini pharaoh.
Hold on, what the fuck? You weren't Batman?
No, not this year.
This is fucking bullshit.
The sweetest and I,
Blue.
the sweetest and I take turns.
Better of you.
God damn.
No, the sweetest and I take turns. So, because Halloween's her holiday.
I got you. Okay.
But wait,
So,
there was a Batman movie that dropped earlier this year, and it was all about Halloween.
I feel like Blue had the conversation with with his wife.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That's
Super cute.
adorable.
Girl.
You know, it's great.
It's great, but not Batman.
Yeah, it was super cute. Yeah, that's what I said. It wasn't Batman. But so for November 1st, is it Day of the Dead? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nancy, she did like Sugar Face, and
Sugar Skull.
I guess she didn't realize. Yeah, Sugar Face, and I guess she kind of forgot that we have a kid who probably never seen her that way before. So she did her makeup, and she was chilling in the living room, and Sebby, he was sleeping, and he came out of the room, and he didn't see her face, but he knew she was there, and like he was like, oh, I want to breastfeed, whatever. And then he looked up at her. So just to give you in context, this is what she looked like. This is her. And I mean, she looks decent there, but like to a kid, like he was freaked out.
That's
like he backed up away from her. And like there's like videos of people who like shave their face and their kids see their face for the first time. They're like, whoa, what the fuck? You're not my dad, you're not my mom. And like this kid, like he would not go to her. Like he ran to me and asked me to pick him up. So I helped him, and he looked at her, just kept like looking away. And like I tried to go closer to it. He's like started crying and stuff like that. I was like, ooh, that's not. But eventually he realized that it was her. And he kind of warmed up to her, and he like eventually posed with her. But like that shit was fucking hilarious. I don't think it was great.
Bad. You're all laughing at your wife's partial misery.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, Ninja, what'd you do?
So I went to Sacramento to spend time with family because they haven't seen me since my grandmother's funeral.
Damn.
Or except for my niece and my sister, but everybody else hadn't seen me. So I went to kind of spend time with my niece, but I keep forgetting she's a preteen, so she wants to spend time with her friends, and she's basically like, "Oh, my uncle's here. Anyway, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends. I'll see y'all later."
Fuck your couch. Goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, well, you haven't seen me in months, and now you don't give a fuck. Whatever. So we just hung out with my sister. We talked about some family issues, and I went to, where did we go? Oh, we went to this really nice freaking restaurant. It's in like Roseville. It's called Q1227. It's this black-owned restaurant. It's like set up kind of like a really nice cantina, but it's like this black-owned chef. He builds his own menu and stuff. It's really, really ridiculous.
There you go. We got Batman up in the building.
What the hell? So,
sorry.
I see it now.
Blue just sat down his bed. That's fucking Batman.
He's
always ready for Halloween.
Oh my God.
Justice never takes a holiday.
Yeah, I just basically just sat there and like no kids came to pick up candy from my mom's spot, so I was eating the candy.
There you
go. But that was pretty much it. I literally just got back today. So.
I'll never forget that every time you mention your sister, I always think about the first time that I met her. She was like, "So you've been to jail, right? A whole bunch of times." And I was just like, "No, I haven't been to jail yet." And I'm about to say these accusations.
That's just funny. She must have seen you on Kinks or something. Knew that you was an offender of some type. So
she got mad at me for not being somebody who goes to jail all the time. I was like, wait a minute.
That's pretty funny.
I was gonna make a joke, but it'd be offensive to both You and probably your sister. So I'm not gonna say
Okay. Well,
it. All right.
Dia
Well,
de los Muertos, you were
yes. Let's
saying?
talk about that because a friend is which is a thing that I was not aware of until Coco.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because my youngest daughter, she is in a dual language immersion class, and they were asking for pictures for friendas, and so I gave pictures of my mom, and my dad, people that
Nice.
she's met my mom technically, but she was super young, never met my dad,
Mhm.
and I know that everybody in this podcast has dealt with like loss,
Yep.
I guess. So let's talk about like who would be like on your frienda, like
Uh, I mean, I could literally show you.
yeah.
I got
Yeah,
one up
Prodigy.
right now.
wait,
Hmm?
Do you have one like set up?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pull
Look,
it. Yeah,
hold on.
do it. I think I
Share.
might
Yeah,
actually
I think
go ahead.
ever since Coco, I think Prodigy's been doing that. Like I think
Mhm.
it's like the 5th year or some shit.
It sure is.
So
Hold on.
my sister actually it's not for her it's not called an ofrenda, but it basically is. It's like she has a shrine to everybody that she's lost um, in her house, and it's a beautiful thing. And I think that it's like I think both me and Prodigy like we don't believe in like higher powers or anything, but it's still like a thing to remember. Yeah, there we go.
Hmm.
So Prodigy is showing his ofrenda right now, and that's super cool.
Oh shit. Shit. You even got
Yeah,
the
sugar skulls and everything.
petals and stuff.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the is it marigolds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah. So who's on there?
so I have my grandmother, Kronos' mom, my dad, my older brother, Mishka's uncle. I think that, and my great aunt, Mama Nell.
All right.
So yeah, it's a good list. All folks that have definitely made an impact on our lives, and again, completely stolen. I love that Coco movie, but completely stolen from the Mexican heritage. But I think it was really touching, and I was just like, you know what, this is cool as fuck. And then the other thing I'll mention is there's a day for the adults, and there's a day for children as well.
It's a 2-day thing. Yeah, I just looked
Yeah.
it up. Yeah, it's the first and the second. So
So,
Yeah.
But
So-
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who else? Who else out there is their list?
I don't, Blue lost somebody semi recently. So
Yeah, like I think it's been about 2 years now. But yeah, my dad passed away recently during the whole COVID pandemic. So, but I lost a lot of my on my dad's side in a short amount of time. Most likely mine would have my dad, his brother, my Uncle Larry. He was like my first. He was the first family member I met, and he was like super cool. And like he had like a taco stand down in LA called Taco Azul, and it did not even dawn on me because
the name.
you know I go by Blue.
Yeah.
It did not even dawn on me that Azul was blue because it wasn't Mexican tacos. It was Indian tacos, like Native American tacos. So the taco shells weren't like your traditional like yellow corn tacos. They were like he had blue and red and stuff like that. So I was like my mind just went to that, and I didn't actually think that Azul meant blue. So yeah, he would be on there. My mom's mother, just because she played an epic role in my life growing up. My oldest brother, he passed away when I wasn't even born yet, but like, you know, he would be on there just to remember him. And I have an uncle named David. Like he would be on that list just because he was like a big kid. Like when I was a kid, it was like he was watching cartoons with us. And like at that time, it was like, you're an adult. You're not supposed to watch cartoons. Here I am.
Meanwhile, yeah.
In my 40s, fucking watching cartoons of a guy who has a fucking chainsaw for a head, wanting to have boobs. Like I'm literally living his dream. Like, and I go to cons about that. It's not for cartoons. You get your ass kicked if you call anime cartoons, but I'm watching animation basically of like characters and stuff like that, and I love it all together. But yeah, I think those people would be. Also, my nanny, one of my mom's friends. She wasn't a nanny. We just called her a nanny, but she was that person that was on my emergency contact list in school. So like every time you turn in that card, her number was on there, and she was always there for us, which was really cool. So yeah, those people would be on my list. R.I.P. God,
Mm.
Oh, Ninja.
who else next?
Um, so it would be my oldest aunt and my grandmother who both passed this year. Um, my uncle Ricky, who passed a few years ago, back in was it 20 2017, 2016?
Ricky, run!
Oh,
Yeah,
I said it,
and
but I
then
didn't want to say it. Thanks.
my cousin who died also this year. She died like a month before my grandmother passed. She had cancer and didn't tell anybody.
Damn.
When instead what she was doing is posting like she was working out and she kept posting all this inspirational stuff, but she was starting to lose a lot of weight and
Mm,
like no people were asking, but she wasn't really answering, and then all of a sudden she passed.
damn.
So me and my cousin, she's like 20 years older than me. And so she just passed all like three of my relatives passed this year. And I didn't even get it. Actually, four. One of my great aunts, she passed this year as well. She's my cousin's um, mother. So they would all be in there. Yeah, like literally four of my relatives passed just this year alone. The last few years, there's been a couple others that have passed. So they'd all
Dude, my
be on the
uncle,
shrine that I built. So
dude,
yeah.
my uncle was the same way. He passed away from cancer. My uncle Larry, and like he didn't tell anybody. Like he kept that shit secret until he passed away, and like he pretty much did the same thing your auntie did. Like he worked out and stuff, and just posted
She's
inspirational
my
things.
she's my cousin, but she looks like she could be my
Yeah.
aunt. Yeah, but yeah, she was working out and stuff too. It's just weird because she kept it on a secret. Her husband knew, but I guess they made a pact not to tell the family so they wouldn't worry. But she was doing treatment and she didn't make it.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. So and
How
it's
about you,
kind of
Cronus?
what's even worse. I didn't get a chance to. Two of my relatives, I didn't get a chance to go to their funerals, but the other two I went to.
Oh,
So
bad. What you got, Cronus?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, man. I mean, especially Prodigy because he's been there for, I guess, some of these. My dad, Clyde, you know, he passed away when I was in my early 20s, and it was unexpected. My mom, Tony, she passed away 2 years ago, and it was a long time suffering, and it's like that's where I got to see kind of the up close contrast of somebody that passes away suddenly and somebody that passes away like suffering over the years. And it's like there's no easy way out of this fucking life. You know what I mean? And it sucks. My uncle Doug, who was my dad's brother, he passed away suddenly as well. And then my grandfather Cyril, on my dad's side, he suffered a bit before his passing, and that one was hard. But I was younger. He passed away the day I think I graduated boot camp from the Marine Corps. Um, but I know that he had dementia and stuff like that. But at the time, it didn't click. I didn't have my adult brain yet.
Yeah.
When he passed, I didn't understand like because when I was a kid, I remember I was in high school and he was trying to explain to me like the Pythagorean theorem, you know,
oh
in his
shit.
old age, and
Mm-hmm.
I was in like probably like a sophomore or junior in high school, and I was just like he was telling me things that were like way more advanced than what I knew, but I didn't get at the time that he was like trying to pass down his knowledge to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking sad because you know sometimes there's times where like you try to tell you know like kids or like the younger generation things that you hope that they get, and sometimes they don't. And now as an adult, like I see it of like this guy was like these are like literally the last gasp of his like knowledge, and I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that if you're listening to this, if you're younger, thanks for listening. first of all. But if there's like an older person that's trying to like tell you something, like don't just toss it all out. You know, there's sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes there's things that they're trying to pass down to you for a reason. Like we literally just gave with no prompting on this podcast. There was 2 other stories that we just listened to of people that were covering up things of their death that they knew was coming,
Yep.
but they didn't talk about. So there's certain times where, you know, somebody might not tell you that they know that it's coming, and they're trying to tell you things, and you might not listen, and then you're like me, and you feel sad about it in your 40s. So, I hope that doesn't happen to anybody else. So, if you can remember the people that made an impression on your life, that's great, because that means that they're, at least in your lifetime, they're immortal to you. So remember them for as long as possible, as long as you can. And I know for me, that's like the best way for somebody to gain immortality, at least for as long as you live. And if you happen to tell their story, the person that meant a lot to you, then they live beyond you. So
Yeah.
Do that. I think that's a really good way to immortalize somebody, is like keep telling their stories, keep having your kids or whoever else you know that's special to you to remember the person that you knew that meant something to you, and just pass that shit down, pass down that knowledge, and just, you know, they'll keep going. I think for me that's important. And I think that's a pretty cool way, I think, to think of the Day of the Dead and friends in general. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, I'll just quickly say this. You know, when you talk about like your brain wasn't quite ready to receive stuff, that's so fucking true.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're talking to a different species when you're talking to someone who's young and immature, and you're older and like just trying to break through. You're not speaking the same language.
No.
You're just not. You're not on the same wavelengths. You're not the same. And any nugget of fucking wisdom or pearl of wisdom, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that you can extract from someone who is a little bit older and knows what the fuck they're talking about, try to fucking pay attention. You know, who knows? It may come back 20 fucking years later and be something that's valuable for your ass. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
However, if you found out that family member stole a bunch of songs from another person and became a fucking multi-billionaire,
Full circle. Here we go.
fuck him.
Yeah.
Remember me, even
Yeah.
though I'm far away.
Yeah,
And-
nobody
and-
likes. What's the guy's name? I got his fucking name. I don't remember him.
Ted,
That's
De La
the point.
Cruz.
Yeah, De La Cruz. Fuck that guy.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
Yeah.
Ernesto De La Cruz.
Motherfucker.
God damn.
Dude, that motherfucker was a bastard. I guess what really got me with that fucking Coco movie is he was a dick in real life, and then in the afterlife, he was still a fucking dick. You know what I mean?
I mean, keep the theme going. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He kept that
I mean,
shit going.
death doesn't change a person. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, it should though. I mean,
You know what else was amazing with Coco? Like they did a movie 2 or 3 years prior, Book of Life.
Yeah.
They kind of had the same
Yeah.
It did, but it wasn't
theme.
as
And
good.
Coco
did.
just did it better.
Yeah.
Coco just worked harder,
Well-
you know?
Yeah, I think Coco had the music and the feels in it, but Book of Life was just like, it was. I want to say it was like Romeo and Juliet, but like a Mexican version and death involved. Like it was like what happened after they both died or some shit. I don't know. It's kind of the same because the guy died from a like snake bite or he ate an apple or some shit like that. I can't remember. But poison is involved basically.
Poison was definitely involved. Hey, but real
wait.
quick. Oh, go ahead.
Well, quick little thing. Kind of going back to God of War. Odin, you need to play the fucking Valkyrie because when you open up her portal, the first thing she does is drag your fucking face in the ground. She's like, "What the fuck you doing here? Get out of here, fam!" But
Don't be a coward.
when you play against her, it's
I
not.
got plenty of
It's,
other shit to play.
it's not a long gameplay when you play against her because I beat her in
It's a wait.
6
Hold on.
minutes.
Blue, that's
It's
a lie.
long.
That's a definite lie.
Yeah, I'm
What the
all.
fuck are you
I've
talking
seen.
about?
No.
I have literally watched Cronus get his ass fucking handed to him by this fucking Valkyrie. So,
But I'm saying
no,
like when you do
Also
beat
hard
her,
mode.
no.
it only takes like 6 minutes and 52 seconds. That's how long it took me to beat her.
That's kind of you're stressing the truth though. It takes less than 10 minutes
It
to
takes
beat her.
hours.
Yes, but like to be able to beat her, it definitely takes hours.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah,
hours.
you have
It
to,
takes
like,
multiple deaths.
It
But
took
once
me
you get
hour.
once you get their timing right and this and that, like
Well,
it's
you need
pretty short battle.
the gear to beat her too.
Yeah,
And the
it
gear,
took me an
yeah.
hour to beat the first Valkyrie I had, and I was like, I'm more focused on beating the game so I can move on to the next game instead of
Oh,
trying to
Ninja.
get my ass fucking
You need it.
handed to me by fucking Valkyries. I don't think
Ninja,
so.
you're picking the path of weakness.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
path
well.
of weakness is what you're doing.
I remember, or actually, I kind of wanted to play it all the way through the first one just to kind of prep me for this new one. You know what I mean? And I may not quite
I sent you the
be able to
video.
finish it. Huh?
I sent you the video.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Not just the story. I want to get like the feel of the 28
It felt so good.
gameplay, like the mechanics,
Yeah.
so I can compare it to them. Because that was like 4 years ago. It's not fresh.
Remember the first time you felt the Leviathan axe come back to your hand
Yeah.
in the controller? That
That was
fucking
great.
thwack in your
Yeah.
God damn.
Dude,
Yeah, maybe I gotta play it again too.
I watched my gameplay of me fighting the Valkyrie, and like just that feeling once you beat her and you rip off her fucking wings at the end, it's like that shit was so satisfying, and you like just
Fuck that bitch, but she's going to a better life. All right.
But then you free her soul,
Yeah.
Well,
and you get some badass armor after you beat her.
the other thing that was so cool is literally before God of War 2018, I was kind of indifferent to Norse mythology. I was like, okay, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't shitting on it. But afterwards, I was like, oh, this is the hot shit. This is fucking awesome. All the legends and stories that Mimir, the fucking head, was talking about, I was like, okay, I kind of fucking get it now. You know what I mean?
Well,
it made it even cooler.
Well, I feel like that's what they did with for a lot of people, except for me, because of my namesake, obviously, with Greek mythology. You know, people were just like, fuck Greek mythology. And I hope that, Cory Balrog and the whole team that he has definitely goes, and I hope they go to Egyptian mythology next. Because I feel like they can just go through entire pantheons. And after Greek mythology, please go to fucking, Indian mythology and goddamn, Chinese mythology. Go through all them fucking shits. You got so many goddamn gods you can murder ruthlessly and educate me on their whole fucking, all their shit. You know what I mean? Because Greek mythology, I got down. Like, I'm good to go. Norse mythology, not so much. Don't really give a fuck. African mythology, don't know that much about besides like a small couple of books that I've been reading. Chinese mythology, not as much. Japanese, same thing. But yeah, just go through the whole thing and educate and brutalize an entire new generation of people through video games and just keep it rolling.
Even have them fight the new gods in DC.
Yeah,
I want to see
all. I want to see Kratos just fucking run a train on all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other thing, obviously we want to see fucking the boy get older or whatever, but they did this voice of Kratos, this just fucking works. I didn't know the guy from fucking Star Trek was gonna work out.
Star Trek.
Stargate.
Nope.
Stargate.
I'm sorry, Stargate.
But to say,
Stargate.
the woman
Stargate.
that Blue Nose is about to get fucking angry
drinking.
again. She's gonna find
Don't throw a chair at me. Don't throw a chair at me.
You call him almighty, goddammit!
The guy from Potter, Anyway. Well, we'll fucking see, man. I'm fucking excited about it. Did anybody pick up the new Modern Warfare, or was that only I saw Stitch playing it?
Oh yeah, I beat the campaign, so that's another game.
How is it? Is it legit? How does it compare?
It's cool. It's if you've played the previous Modern Warfare games, it feels like they kind of like took elements from certain Modern Warfares, kind of merged them together because it's still in prequel era. I mean, there's a lot of characters that come back. There's some new characters that are actually really fucking cool. Because at first I was like, oh, these guys they're all gonna get wiped out, like in previous Modern Warfare. But no, they end up like joining up with the 141 and joining their own task force. I was like, oh shit, this is actually pretty fucking cool. And then they kind of take there's a little bit of the story from Call of Duty Ghosts, from Modern Warfare 2, from like the 2009 one, A little bit of um, I want to say a little Black Ops, but not too heavily, and then like um, Modern Warfare 3 a little bit. They kind of
Hmm.
stitch a bit of this stuff without like rehashing. Oh, and then Modern Warfare from the 2018 one, there's I don't want to say they like rehashed it, but they kind of it's like a similar story but set in a different region because they affect one of the main characters pretty profoundly. They do some interesting new mechanics, so the game kind of takes away weapons from you in certain levels where you have to use your environment to build makeshift like weapons or traps.
Hmm.
And so you got to like survive by
Booby
not getting
traps?
caught. Huh?
Nothing. Nothing.
So you got to survive by not getting caught, and you need to like makeshift. You got to like build stuff from what you can find and try to escape like through a city. So it's kind of interesting, a little fucked up. Um, there's one part that's kind of like on rails a little bit. There's a part where you got to like drive through a city where they're throwing bombs at you. That one's pretty cool. So it gives you a little bit of like break from the first person type shooting stuff. So it's pretty fun. But I'm still getting used to the multiplayer stuff. There's a lot of new multiplayer stuff. Also, if you play through the campaign, you unlock a bunch of stuff. Like you unlock XP boosters, you unlock characters. There's like a co-op campaign mode. It's got so far I only see like 4 stories, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty long. So there's a lot of stuff still to unpack, and Warzone's not even out yet. I guess Warzone's going to be out later this month,
Damn.
and then
You know
there's going to
what?
be raids. So
Honestly, I feel like they should have renamed these games. I didn't buy the latest Modern Warfare because I thought it was the same fucking game. I was like, I didn't want to play it again. It's like, oh, whatever. I'm not gonna replay it. And then so like the second one comes out, and then I see that they're literally two different games. Like it's two different stories. And I'm
Yep.
just like, what the like? Why didn't they just fucking rename the goddamn games? If it's
You know what
not,
it is?
just stop calling it a fucking remake. If it's a different game, it's a different game.
yeah,
You know what it is?
that's what's so weird to me because they're prequels to the previous games,
Yeah,
but they're still
they
called the
use
same
different
fucking name.
numbers.
You know
Yeah,
what it is though?
new taglines.
It's corporate as Activision, and in their market research, the naming convention of or nomenclature, whatever, of modern warfare already has a certain cachet. There's like name recognition there. So they slap that label on there, just like they do with Black Ops. They'll slap that label on, and people think, oh, I loved Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 10, 12 years ago. Automatically, I'm going to love this one because didn't necessarily love Ghost, but it's one of those things where they just want that name
No,
recognition.
man, that's fine, but I mean, just call it, just give it a different number. So, my first Call of Duty experience was like Modern Warfare. I'm pretty sure when I was in Iraq, and I was like,
Mhm.
this is back when I was like actually still a decent gamer. Now I'm okay because I'm old, but back then I was still good, and I played the shit out of that game. You know, we
Mhm.
used to have LAN parties in the in the conference room where we also plan on murdering people, which is fucking weird as shit. But anyway,
Mhm.
um, it was fun as fuck to play. But then to like when they said Modern Warfare it's a remake, I was like, okay, I played the first one. I don't really care about playing the remake. If they would have just said it's the prequel to it, and then same thing with this one, they'd have said I would have fucking played it.
What makes it even worse, they came out with a Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 remaster.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah,
it gets even more. So just fucking call it something like, is it that hard? Like, what the fuck? It's not that hard. Like, you would have obviously you made a fucking $800 million or whatever, but you could have made at least $60 more with one person. That's me. All right. I would have bought the game day one if I'd have known that it was literally a different story and there was new blah 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 whatever the fuck.
yeah. There's
Um,
a bunch of new
Different
characters,
mechanics.
especially in the second one. There's a shit ton of new characters. I was like, oh shit.
why would you do that? Like it's so fucking stupid.
Well,
No
especially
idea. Maybe they're just not that creative.
when you have the precedent, like, okay, outside of Activision and outside of
Oh,
Call.
you know what? I'm fucking stupid. I'm
What?
realizing now it's because I'm fucking old. When the game came out, these kids were probably not even fucking born yet.
Yep.
So they don't even
Yep.
fucking know that there was a whole other game. Well, maybe not even born. But they were probably like children.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Or,
were
like,
probably like
babies.
infants.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
they were
It's
old
just
enough
they
to play
don't
the game
fucking
yet.
know. So
Their
anyway,
parents were.
fetuses. There was a whole
Yeah.
other game that came out before this. That
Yep.
was the same fucking name. That was still a great fucking game. But it's a whole different story. And especially for Modern Warfare 2, I'm pretty sure this is the one with no Russian, wasn't it?
That originally, I
Yeah.
thought.
And no Russian was that changed the gaming industry. That
Mhm.
one scene, that one mission changed the gaming industry. And that is
Yeah.
not in this fucking game. And from what I understand so far, there's no real equivalent to that in this game.
Oh, not on that scale, but there's something kind of there's something that kind of alludes to it. So there's an after credit scene.
Yeah, no. After credits alluding to no.
Yeah,
I walked to a
yeah.
fucking airport and murdered hundreds of civilians on purpose.
Hundreds.
Even said, "Hey, you can definitely not do this." I was like, "No. Fuck that. Give me more."
Hold my beer.
And I was like, "I'm killing everybody." When I was in Iraq.
Mhm. Well, what makes it even weirder is you got other completely separate franchises. Like, obviously, you got Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, and then coming up 4,
Yeah.
doing remakes of games, completely modernizing it, but like games from the late 90s, early 2000s that literally were before a lot of these kids being born, when they were just in the fucking nutsack swimming.
I need to. This is all right. So I've been talking to my oldest, who's just turned fucking 20. Weird as fuck. That's how old I am right now. Because she wanted to come on the podcast more. I'm just like, this podcast is a bunch of older dudes, and so I was like,
Little stink.
let's do a podcast just like me and her. Maybe she can explain this to me. Where like, I don't understand like because I have no reference. Because like when I was like a kid. There was the Atari, but then there was nothing before that.
Nope.
So we didn't have like this whole experience of like, if somebody had told me like,
Retro.
yeah, there was like no retro.
There's no
thing.
retro gaming.
Yeah, I was like, for her, like, is there an appeal there? Because she is a person that was probably still loves like Minecraft and shit. And for me, it's just like that looks like shitty fucking Doom when I was a kid, or Wolfenstein. And I don't get the whole thing of like where people are just they have like this weird not nostalgia where it's like I just don't. I mean, I gotta talk to her. I need to talk to somebody outside this podcast. We're all fucking old.
Yeah. I feel the same way, and again, it's no shade. Minecraft has been incredibly successful.
Yeah. I just
You can't get any more successful or more of a cultural icon than fucking Minecraft. However, it looks fucking awful to me. It just always will.
Yeah.
Not awful. It looks dated. That's the best way to describe it.
And I think they don't understand what it was like to like grow up and like seeing like those shitty graphics and being like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then watching the progression of graphics to being like basically photorealistic. And then some kids being like, I want to go back to your shitty graphics. Like I don't understand that at all. Maybe I gotta talk to her about it. Maybe that'll be our first podcast. Is like, why do kids like shitty graphics today? But then again, I think there's a game that I play that has shitty graphics.
Yeah. I mean, there are modern games with awfulness. I get it.
Yeah.
Well, there was that. I mean, the graphics weren't awful, but they were like pretty dated. Was for was it Guacamole?
Guacamole? Yeah,
That was more like
amazing, though.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Speaking of Mexican culture, they're saying Guacamole, play that shit.
Yeah. I mean, well, the other thing that's funny to me is like the whole Metroidvania concept, like side-scrolling Metroidvania. I think of, my childhood when I think of those games.
Yeah.
Especially when you put it with an 8-bit or 16-bit graphics, you know what I mean? And you could like go on any fucking gaming store and you'll find a gazillion of those.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Modern.
Chronos, the game, the game that you're thinking of is super hot. Like the graphics on that is just
Oh,
bare
yeah, it
fucking
is.
minimum.
It
Like
is not-
there's two
it is
colors,
definitely
maybe
not
three
great.
colors.
Yeah, it's like red.
There's
It's
white,
red,
black, and
white,
red.
and gray.
Yeah,
That's the whole color palette. But it's like
but it's all
cocaine.
like it's like pixagon or not pixagon, polygons and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's very.
old Ninja.
It's one step above stick figures.
Exactly. Old Ninja does the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Does it have any zombies or 4-player modes of any sort?
There's Spec
Non.
Ops.
So far, no zombies, but there's like they don't call it Spec Ops. It's just, they literally just call it co-op. So I don't know how many players, because I literally like finished the campaign and then left out of town. So I came back. So the one that's got my attention is the third person view mode.
Okay.
That one's kind of weird. I mean, I know Stitch liked it. It took because I've been in first person this whole time. So now the way I'm used to with third person is over the shoulder camera view, where you
Mhm.
only see like your basically the shoulder and the head of your character, and then when you aim, you don't see your character, you see your scope.
I got
So I was
Blue's
using an
playing his
assault rifle.
PS5. This is hilarious. I'm gonna turn mine on too. Fuck you, man.
So I was just viewing the third person, like you're aiming kind of off center, so you got to kind of adjust your shot to like, and people are moving all crazy, so it's an adjustment for me. I know a lot of people are loving it, but for me it's a little weird for especially for Call of Duty. So because you're looking at your full body character, kind of like I guess like the Metal Gear Solid type,
It's third person, right?
view, but yeah,
Yeah.
but for me, the camera's got to be like in a decent, because it's not like the same kind of camera like you get in like what was it, Mass Effect? Because Mass Effect's third person, but it it works perfectly for me. This one's takes a little getting used to. So, and then they have like these new modes called like there's a hostage rescue mode and some other stuff that I have not tried yet. So I'm hoping to try it within the next couple days, see how it goes. But it looks like, and there's going to be more coming. There's like a whole like roadmap that they got planned out for this. So it's going to take some getting used to for me. I'm going to try to do some co-op maybe tonight, maybe on Saturday, but we'll see.
It's actually been a
So,
while since I played a Modern Warfare game. I think
a Call of Duty game.
Oh well,
Yeah.
the Cold War thing with the zombie mode was fucking badass. Honestly,
I love.
Yeah.
yeah, I played that one.
I
a
mean,
lot.
zombies could show up later in the game, but this is just like the launch stuff for now. And they already are. They're already hyping up, Warzone, which should be big, and whatever other. Oh, the raid. They're supposed to have a raid. So all this other shit is supposed to be dropping for the game, and
You know-
all throughout the year too.
You know what? I'll always give props to Call of Duty on of recent Call of Duties. I love the fact that they just said, "Fuck it all. We're gonna throw rainbow zebra fucking patterns in on your elite level guns and let
Mhm.
them do like completely a shotgun with full auto or a sniper with full auto, like just crazy stats on there." I fucking love that aspect of it. They made it more video gamey as the years have gone by, and that's what I loved about Cold War Zombies or whatever. That shit was
All right,
awesome.
so
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I swear to God, I played Modern Warfare 2 already. Because
You did.
there was the Modern Warfare 2 before, and this one's
This
also
one's
called
not
2.
even. This one's not even like that. So I mean,
But like,
it's like a little prequel before it, but it's not. It's definitely not.
That's
like
what I was
the
saying. I
one-
was like, how it was confusing. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. But I mean, but it's like you said. How long ago was Modern Warfare 2 released? even though
Oh, no.
even though you can play it on the Xbox, if you have the 360 disc, you can play it in
Modern
there.
War-
And I think
Mo-
you might be able to download it on the PlayStation Store. I'm pretty sure there like one or two of them are in there.
yeah, so Modern
Tell it-
Warfare 2, the original one, came out in 2009.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
it.
So
Tell me
But,
about
like-
that Gotham Knight. I'm seeing a Red Hood do shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to like
we
figure out
talked
where the fuck I'm supposed to
about
go.
last week. But,
No, he's like literally watching me play right now. So,
Oh.
yeah, I'm playing as Red Hood, but I'm like, I'm at the end game. I think I level capped. So,
Oh shit!
yeah,
Already? Damn.
yeah, I level capped, and I'm at the end game. And shit, I need to fucking hurry up and get to this fucking thing. But it's
Are there
been
any DLCs for this game yet?
not yet. But Red Hood has been he's been pretty badass.
Ooh,
Oops.
okay.
No, I like that it has the grappling
Mhm.
effect.
Yeah, you definitely
That's like
have
one of my favorite things in the Arkham games.
Hell yeah. That shit was awesome.
you have like
Stealthy, just fucking
less
hanging down.
Oh shit, I fucked up.
Got less
Oh,
what?
there he is.
You have
Get
like
him.
less options.
Have you
Oh, I
played online with anybody, like his co-op or whatever?
I played online on accident with a person, and then I was like, oh, I pressed the wrong button, and the guy called me a bitch ass n word, and then dropped. I was
God
like, all
damn.
right, that's
God dang.
How did you? First of all, how'd you know I was black? But
He could smell you.
Oh, bad.
yeah,
He smelled, what was it? Cream of nature. Smelled it through
I
the
smell
mic.
black hair care products on you.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh
bad.
my god. Yeah, I hear some people are having fun and enjoying Gotham, and I mean there's just a ton of fucking games out right now.
There
But
are, and I think there's a couple more to come. Wait till next year. Early next year, there's gonna be a fuck ton of games dropping.
what's dropping early next year though?
So early next year, we're gonna see
So we got
the
fucked up.
Hogwarts game. That's gonna be dropping. What was the other one?
Oh no, I'm fucking dying fast as fuck.
Oh shit, I forgot
God.
what.
Midnight Suns come out soon.
Yeah,
The
Midnight Suns
the
is supposed
Marvel
to be
game.
another one.
All right.
What got pushed? But there's been like most of the games that got pushed back this year are dropping there. Oh, Starfield's another one. Starfield's another one that'll be early next year.
I'll be right
Those,
back.
isn't there a Zelda too?
Yeah,
Sometime next year.
I
Yeah.
think that's in the spring. Not like I'm talking like
Oh, I've got to switch my legs out.
Uh-oh.
Early 2023. I know there's supposed to be a Fable towards the end of next year. I'm trying to think.
Did that
Oh, so Street Fighter 6, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, Hogwarts Legacy, Starfield. Those are supposed to be super early 2023. Those are some big ass games.
Yeah.
We're
So,
gonna a Crisis Core game. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
Oh yeah. There should be some more Final Fantasy.
they're at Final Fantasy, what is this?
16,
whatever.
17, 18.
Something like that, yeah.
11.
5011.
You know, I did like that seven remake. That shit was hot. I was like, oh, this is good.
Oh yeah, so they're Persona games. Persona 4 Golden, that's supposed to be another one. The remake to Dead Space.
Yeah, but Persona 4 is an old ass game though.
Persona 4 Gold.
Yeah, it's old.
This is January 2019, or I'm sorry, 2023.
Then it's a re-release, or maybe it's coming out on the PC or Switch or something. But it's old.
It's coming on the Switch, the PC, and then a bunch of other stuff.
But that was on the Vita. That's how I know.
Oh, and then the other one, Forspoken, that got pushed to end of January.
That's cool. I am curious.
And then Dead Island 2, that's early February. So that's just a handful of games for the first 2 months.
Well, don't forget we still got our Destiny Lightfall, so you know.
That's not. Oh, that's in February as well.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
That's literally the week after Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
let's do this, guys. Let's wrap it a little bit because.
Hold on. Before we wrap, I just gotta ask: did anybody see the Simpsons Death Note episode? Anybody?
Yes,
I
watched it.
I saw a little tiny bit of it, and it looks so fucking dope. I need to go back to it. But go ahead.
Yeah,
I've only watched that of the Treehouse of Horror. So, like annually, Simpsons have their Treehouse of Horror episode, which is they're like on episode like I don't know, like 52 or something like that. They've been doing it for a long fucking time, but they decided to make a parody of Death Note, and it was leaked earlier. I mean, not leaked. I guess they kind of posted it earlier, a little snippet here and there, and I was like, this is fucking dope. So it's Simpsons version of Death Note, but it's called Death Totem, which is fucking funny. And Lisa, she finds the Death Note book, and like it's you gotta watch it. It's really well done. Like they really stick to the lore of Death Note. Like the Shirigami's in there, and he looks fucking like. They didn't Simpsonize it. They turned the Simpsons into an anime, which was fucking cool as hell. Like they didn't like make Death Note a Simpson episode. Like no, they flipped it the other way around. It was really well done. I think the same studio that actually did Death Note were the ones who did the animation for the Simpsons. If I believe, I need to fact check that. But like, yeah, it's only like maybe 5 minutes long, but it's really well done. There's like a lot of typical Simpson characters in the background. Like you got Disco Stews in the background. The twins, Bart's like those girls that were purple. I can't think of their names. They're in the background. We get a anime version of Marge, which was hot. And we get drunk fat Homer, which is typical drunk fat Homer. They did a really good job. I really loved it. What was your take on it, Old Ninja?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen
I'll
it?
see it
It's on YouTube.
It's on Hulu. Apparently, it's
What's
on
on-
Hulu. Like the day that it aired, they dropped it to Hulu. Instead,
Well,
I
what-
watched the Solar Opposites Halloween special.
I was gonna say,
That's
why
what
would it be
he-
on Hulu? It's owned by Disney, but Hulu's owned by Disney, so
Yeah, and Disney also owns 20th Century Fox, which includes The Simpsons. Because The
they
Simpsons is
own
on
everything.
The Simpsons is on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they are.
So
They
it was
have like
crazy.
specials on there too, like Simpsons
They
shorts on Disney Plus.
They sure do. They have a lot of shorts on there. It's kind of weird. The one thing that I'll say was super funny about Solar Opposites is that they dug up the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt, and he says all of his little creepy puns throughout the thing, and so they use him as a decoration. It was fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
It
Tales
was
from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt is so fucking good.
Yeah, and they used the same voice actor, and it was awesome because they drew him to where he looks when his eyes get all wonky and shit, and he does his creepy laugh. He does all that shit in the episode. It's fucking hilarious.
Good shit.
Hilarious.
All right, let's wrap it on up. Old Ninja, what you got populating this week? God damn it.
All right, so first off, I'm trying to organize another raid, but this time we're doing like a raid race. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 teams of 6. We're gonna try to get the people that are less experienced with the raid to start like maybe an hour early, and then more veterans they start an hour later. See who can get to the end of the raid first. So whoever gets bragging rights. So we're gonna try to do it. I think Friday night.
Okay.
It's going to be super interesting because we already got people talking, not really starting to talk shit as of yet, but it's kind of like underneath the surface there. Most of the people are pretty familiar, but there's a lot of people who have not gotten certain parts of the raid, the particular raid we're doing. For those of you who don't know, in Destiny 2, we're doing the Vault of Glass raid. I know it's a Destiny 1 raid, but a lot of people that are raiding have never done a raid ever in any game.
Yep.
So it's been a definitely interesting experience. There's been people who have beaten it already. So we're gonna do like a little. It'll be probably twitched out. It will be twitched out this weekend. Get a look out there. I'm gonna get my toe more into Modern Warfare because there's a bunch of shit that I haven't even fucked with yet in this game. There's a lot of stuff to kind of impact. I want to try to, put my experience out on Twitch again just to get a feel of each of the modes to see how I feel. The whole gun situation right now is also a little weird because I'm like locked into stuff. I can't make my own classes. It's mainly because I'm like level 2 right now. So also I'm going to a concert Saturday night. I'm going to see Mark Ribier. If you don't know who he is, he was an internet sensation helping people during the pandemic. He does like impromptu music. Basically what he used to do is he would take suggestions from people that would call in and he'd make a song based on their conversation. He would take an idea, make the song, so when he does his tour, it's never the same performance twice. He'll never repeat himself really. He'll just like come out and play whatever kind of vibe he does. So I'm interested in seeing. I guess Hannibal Buress is opening for him, which is gonna be weird.
That's you though.
Yeah.
So how are you?
Oh.
You're a
I gotta
talent,
get
but
paid.
you're also starring.
Yeah, I'm opening, so it's
Okay.
not the same. I don't get the same cut. So he's opening for the act. It's gonna be it's in Berkeley, so I'm going to Berkeley for the first time in decades because I never go to Berkeley. It's too weird. So
Oh, you should do.
should be interesting.
Well, when I was there, SF Beer Week is actually a good time to go to Berkeley.
See, every time you go, I don't get a chance. I meet you
Yeah.
in San Francisco,
Yeah.
so we either start in Hayward, go to San Francisco, or or you've already started, you end up in San Francisco, and I meet you in San Francisco. So I never end up in Berkeley.
Either next
So
year or the year after that, we'll meet up and we'll go
oh
Yeah.
no, I know you're coming up here for SOP. We're
Well,
definitely meeting up.
eventually, I don't know if it's gonna be next year, but actually, you know what? I mean, the pandemic's been okay.
Whenever you come up, when we're going to be there. We need to get Stitch
Yeah.
with us too. He's never really fully experienced the full like crawl, I guess. But
No,
it's always fun times. I keep inviting people, so it's definitely been fun. What was the other thing? I'm missing something. Yeah, the Mark Ruble thing, gaming, watching Andor. I think that's kind of about it, maybe. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right, Blue, what you got?
Oh man, so, so I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to think of. So my car, I've been having issues with my car lately, and it sucks because it's kind of a known issue. So I have an Infiniti QX60, and it has what's called a CVT transmission.
Yeah, that's why it's so expensive. Okay.
So yeah, my CV transmission might be going out. I mean, I took it to a different place to kind of get them to check it out. But yeah, it's gonna a new transmission. That car is it's 8,000 plus, which is a lot of fucking money to come up with out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And
for
like
sure.
it's funny, somebody told me like, oh, with that money you can just buy like a beater car. I was like, or I can pay that money and get my car fixed and have a fucking luxury car
Yeah,
again.
no
Like,
shit.
come on. I
mean,
want a shitty ass car. Like, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. But what's kind of cool right now, I'm there's it's called a peer-to-peer service. Basically, I'm renting someone's Tesla. So I have a Tesla right now. It's a Model 3. And
Are you using Turo?
honestly, I'm using Turo for the first time. Because I needed a car. I couldn't use my car because I like need to take my kid, like drop him off at daycare and stuff like that. And Sweetness, she has to go to work and stuff. But yeah, I have like a Model 3 that I'm using. And the person who I'm borrowed it from or rented it from, they have like the autopilot activated. So I got to use it. Dude, that shit's fucking cool as hell. Like I was literally driving on the freeway,
It's the future.
eating McDonald's while the car's fucking driving. I'm like, this is the fucking future. And then again, like I've drove a friend's Tesla before, and it was fun and everything. But like, I don't know, this car is actually pretty fun to drive. But like, what's also cool is like I don't have like a charging station at my house. Like I'm using the wall outlet to charge it, and like that's really all you need because like I don't like my work is like a good 10 miles away, and like my son's daycare, like I barely drive, and I'm able to charge the car like overnight, and it's like fully charged for me to use it like the next day. So like you don't need like some fancy ass setup. You can just plug it into the wall. I mean, it's slow as hell. It literally takes like you get like 1% per hour basically.
Ah, dang,
But,
gotta charge it overnight.
Yeah, but you also gotta turn off like a lot of features too because like the car has like Sentry mode, which okay, so today it actually I was driving in the car and this car hella started drifting over into my lane and like I had to honk my horn, but like when you honk the horn, Sentry mode kicks in and it saves that clip of everything. So the car has cameras all the way around. And like literally it saved the clip, so I like went back and watched it. I was like, this fucker hella drifts into my lane. Like I should have let him hit me, and then like I would have said like I have like whiplash, and then I could have probably afforded my own Tesla. So kind of opportunity to my fingers. But yeah, I'm hoping. So I took it to a different shop, and hopefully like they can maybe give me a better deal or different price. I might just go with a rebuild, just because even if you buy a new one, the issue might come up again. So it's like I might as well buy a they don't call it a rebuild, they call it a certified remanufacturer transmission. So we'll see. It's a local place that's nearby, and they have pretty good reviews. But other than that, we're going on our first family trip next week. I'll leave on Thursday.
I thought you went to Tahoe recently.
Family. Well, I guess that's true, but like we're flying out to Hawaii.
Gotcha.
And it'll be Bash's first time on a plane, and we're trying to figure that all out.
Was it for Steve's wedding?
It'll be interesting. Yeah, just for his wedding. But I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a destination wedding, and yeah,
Wish I
looking
can
forward
go.
to that. But
Yeah, Hawaii is hella fun.
yeah, we're going to Maui. It's the first time going to Maui. I've been to Kauai and Honolulu. I think that's the other island.
Don't go to
Honolulu
whatever
is
you
a
do.
city.
Don't go to Oahu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm using Turo there too.
Oh,
Because I'm getting another Tesla while I'm there. I feel like I'd rather put money in like a citizen's pocket. I mean, I know Turo gets some of that money too, but at least somebody on the island's getting the money where, Hertz and Avis and all that, like that's a fucking giant corporation who's getting
Probably
that
still
money.
some Howley. Let's get the money. It's not in Hawaii.
Probably so. I mean, it's like I think what is it, like 16% of the island are like actually natives or some shit. Like that's like very low.
Yeah, it is low. Dude, that's gonna be badass. Have fun there.
You should.
All right, Cronus, what you got?
I am also looking forward to God of War coming out in, next week. I'm also looking forward to Awaken Online Armageddon that drops on the 20th, which is one of my favorite book series of all times. Is Awaken Online. I've talked about it a few times in this podcast. Hope everybody listening to this podcast will listen to it or read it. I listen to it because I listen to books on Audible. But it's a really great book series. It's a lit RPG. If you liked Ready Player One, this is like way better than Ready Player One. Even though I like Ready Player One a lot, but this book series is way better than that. So if y'all get a chance to check out Awaken Online by Travis.
Scott, no.
No, definitely not Travis Scott. Jesus Christ! Now you fucked me all up. It's by Travis. Fucking goddamn it, Blue. I want to say Balchi, but that's the narrator guy. Bagwell, Travis Bagwell is the guy's name. Fantastic author, great book series. Other than that, yeah, I'm hoping that my foot gets better. I hope, so I can get back to being active. Because right now I'm like, literally, my activity is riding my Peloton bike one-legged, and literally one-legged, and hopping in my fucking sauna that's in the background right there. Today, Peloton services were down for my bike. I went to go sign in to like do a ride, to do 2 rides, and it was down. So I had to hop in my fucking death trap sauna for 25 minutes. It's very uncomfortable at 135 degrees plus. So, yeah. But I'll deal with it to stay in shape, I guess, or I'll just fucking die. Yeah, that's all I got. That's depressing. Anyway, Prodigy, what you
All
got?
good. I'm gonna finish off some more of that Cabinet of Curiosities. Join Old Ninja on this raid, hopefully on Friday night, and on Saturday I'm gonna be watching One Piece film Red over in the theaters. Should be fun. I'm gonna take my probably my daughter, maybe my son, will see for that shit, and that is about it. Old Ninja, take us out, goddamn it.
We didn't talk about Chainsaw Man or Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. We will fix that next week.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, because there was like
Goddamn.
shit fucking, because with both of those, we have to be a week behind me because it's literally like yesterday.
Yeah.
But goddamn, they were both really good. Oh, Ninja, take us out.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
Bleach got
Chainsaw
motherfucking
Man.
heads popping.
Yeah.
All right, you just experienced Black and the Black times Infinity. Dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with B's and BTI. That's BTHAN BTI. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, just know if you're listening to us via audio, we go live every Wednesday, 8:30 Pacific ish. On YouTube, look for us, Black and Black times Infinity or B's and BTI. Should come up either way. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BTI. Anywhere on social media. Well, actually, we're on Twitter and Facebook. There you go. You can find us on there. And on Amazon, we have an app that'll let you go live. You can actually watch us on the app as well. There you go.
Fuck Jerry Lee Lewis.
Millionaire status. I'm getting paid. That is bitches. Don't come my way.
Anime titties.
Yet many questions remain unanswered.